hi, this is my first game of 2025's shared Hearth. It's Apocalypse Keys, the starter mystery, really, the first door. I have at the table Jim, Willora, Michael, and Casey. A group that I'm very happy that they assembled in that way. And I will just take whoever is listening through the normal spiel, because one of the goal of these recordings is always also to show how games at the Hearth work. And the first thing we do, of course, is that we talk about safety. We have our safety sheet in our character keeper. Before I started recording, I asked everybody if they are comfortable with being recorded, and they are. Otherwise, this would not be on. And of course, everybody has the right to rescind that consent at any time for any or no particular reason. Then we have a safety matrix where I see everybody's name and everybody is okay with romance with NPCs or PCs, aside from Willora, who is set it on to ask first. Says totally fine with it, just like a heads up telegraphed intent. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And we have a rather long lines and veils section. I apologize for it being so long. It is from my own ongoing Apocalypse Keys game. And I meant to cut it down because lots of the items here will not be relevant today. But I didn't because life. Kind
of like it. It's really comprehensive. I might steal it for my own stuff. I like how things are phrased there.
I always try to be as specific as I can.
Yeah.
And then I tend to go overboard, as you see. I will quickly go through what is marked now, and I will revisit it, or we will revisit it before we start the proper play. And in that to that matter, I was thinking we will do safety and all the preliminaries, choose characters. There's no character building today because we're having pre-gens. Then maybe have a little break, and then start the game. And around the middle of the game, I don't know how familiar are you guys with Apocalypse Keys?
I have not played it before.
Not played. Or maybe we can just go around the table. I've played with all of you aside from Jim, but I don't know if you played with each other. Maybe we can just go around the table. Jim, hi. What is your familiarity level with Apocalypse Keys?
Well, I was playing it in playtest, and have been following the development of it since the beginning. I've run a full campaign of it, start to finish. Okay. And on my itch page, I've got a mystery about giant sentient bees in the Himalayas. If anybody is interested in that, that's up on my itch page for free as an Apocalypse Keys season. So I'm pretty familiar with it and really like it a lot.
Ah, sweet. I am actually interested in that. If you could just share the link in the chat, that would be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
And the next one in my around the clock list is Michael. Hi, how about you? How familiar are you?
Hi, not at all, essentially. Mm-hmm. I vaguely heard about it, and I wanted to try it out, so that's why I'm here.
Sweet. Casey, how about you?
Casey, good to meet you, Jim, I think, and Steven, I guess. Yeah. Pretty familiar with it. Played quite a bit. Got in a quarterly last year, which was awesome, and I'm running a campaign of it right now to see how it goes when you don't have to put time constraints on it, and how fast people will actually ruin out. It's interesting so far. So yeah,
nice. And Willora?
Yeah, I have not played it before. I do own it, and I've been interested in it for a long time. So I've read it a little bit, but I haven't gotten the chance to actually play it. So excited to try it out.
Yeah, I always keep seeing the wish I could on my campaign, and I wish you could.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to come today. I think time zones,
Yeah, I know. Okay, so with that, let's go back to what I was in the middle of just saying, and that is that in Apocalypse Keys there is a timer system, the Doomsday Clock, and it is the same as the complexity of the mystery. And if you know any Carved from Brindlewood games, the way they work is you collect keys and then you hit a certain threshold, and once you've met that, once you met half of it actually, but usually for practical purposes, people tend to try to solve the mystery once they met the threshold. You can solve it. And Apocalypse Keys has this added dimension of the Doomsday Clock. And that is that on every tick, something happens. This mystery being a 2-tick mystery or 2 complexity mystery only has 1 Doomsday Clock tick before everything goes horribly wrong. And that 1 tick will happen around the middle of the game, as soon as I can find any excuse to do it. And that is the timing that I have in mind. And I'm trying to get through in 3 hours and have the 4th hour basically as a safety buffer in case we run long. Okay, so there's that. Then we have safety. I will quickly go through what we have so far, and again, I will revisit it later. We have lines on racism, sexism, homophobia, and ableism. And on sexual assault, we have veil for suicidal ideation or longing for oblivion, for suicide and consensual sexual activity. And maybe it's a good idea to quickly say what that means, actually. Lines are things that will not happen in the game at all, not even will not even be like passively alluded to. There's just no place at our table for any kinds of racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, or sexual assault. Things that might happen in our game world, but will not be addressed in any great detail, are suicide, consensual sexual activity, suicidal ideation, or longing for oblivion, which are our veils. And then we have a column that is ask first. Things that can happen, but should be handled delicately and should be handled in a active, consent-seeking manner. And that is emotional abuse or manipulation. And this is, of course, as we always say, at the Hearth, a living document that can be changed at any time. Again, we will revisit before we start. If I forget it, please remind me. And if you have anything to change in there after that, just, I mean, the point of it also is that it's supposed to be anonymous. But if you have something that you would like to add or not, or take off, maybe just inform the table and we'll talk about it. So there's that. Then let's go through cats. Cats is the idea of telegraphing what we're doing here. First, it's an what is the word? And it's not an anagram, right? No, it's not an anagram. What's the word? Help me, table.
Acronym.
Acronym. Thank you. C stands for content. So what are we doing here? We are playing monsters, and we're playing monsters of apocalyptic scale. So go wild. Don't be timid in what you can do. This is maybe the one thing to tell people who have never played Apocalypse Keys before. The only thing that stops you from being a monster of a power level that could end the world is that you are still in touch with your humanity. It's not a lack of power. Be aware of that. You can't go too big in this game. We are in this particular scenario, we are exploring a old base, the division base 0001. So the first division base ever built, and division is the larger organization that we belong to. Then we have AIM. AIM is I always confuse that. I am so sorry. Let me just open my prepared thing. So yeah, no, I was right. What is it about? It's about monsters trying to avoid the apocalypse, but also monsters with feelings, with messy feelings. Both things have a place and have moves in this game. what you're trying to accomplish today. This is the aim. The A in cats is look for the first door, look for missing agents, but that will reveal itself in time. And as we're on aim, let's take a quick look on our character keeper at the basic moves, because in PBTA and particularly in these carved by Brindlewood or from Brindlewood style games, usually 70% of what you're doing is the I think the number that Jason Cordova always gives is covered by the basic moves. So if we together have a quick look at what we can do in the basic moves, we have a good idea of what this game is about. And if we look at them from the top left, we have Unleash the Dark and Power Through Darkness. Those two are the do shit moves. You have in your character keepers, you have your Powers of Darkness, and the Powers of Darkness are very vague. It's something like necromancy for the shade. And it doesn't say what necromancy means. That is for you to fill out and to decide. And you do that with these two moves. And the distinction between which one to use is really up to you in like really all the cases, really. And the distinction is whether or not you just unleash, as it says in Unleash, or if you really try to test out the limits of your power. It will make sense in play. Then we have Reveal Your Heart. This is our emotion move. There's also, of course, mechanics tied into that, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But just know that talking to your fellow monsters, revealing your heart, and trying to form a connection is also a relevant part of the game. Then we have Torn Between, which is a move where you try to decide whether you lean to your monstrous or your human side, whatever that might mean for you as a player and also character. So also the split between monster and humanity, central theme of the game. And then we have Grasp Keys and Unlock Doom's Door, and those are the mystery moves. Grasp Keys is if you've played a card from Brindlewood before, it's the one where you try to find a clue or a key, as they're called here. And these are just mechanized bits of information that in the end will leave you to uncover the threat of this mystery. And Unlock Doom's Door is how you do it. Because what you're doing here in this game is that you're not really trying to solve a mystery. Rather, you're trying to avert the apocalypse. And the apocalypse happens by some monster called the Harbinger. I mean, I think actually technically the Harbinger doesn't even have to be a monster, but some person trying to unlock what's called Doom's Door. And that is just it's not even super clear in the text what a Doom's Door really is, if it's a literal door, or if it's a person, or if it's, I don't know, like a concept. But in some way, the Harbinger, the big bad of this game, will try to open it, and you try to get there in time. That is the main thing you're doing as characters, trying to be there before the baddie is there. And that is what the Unlock Doom's Door role move is for at the end. Okay, so now we have a basic idea of what we're doing, right? We use our powers, we reveal our heart, we are torn between sometimes, and we try to unlock Doom's Door before somebody else does. And then we come to our characters. This scenario comes with 4 pre-generated characters. And maybe I can quickly, for those who haven't played it before, run through the 4 playbooks a bit, not in all too big depth. If you look at the cell F3 and the cell J6, I hope it's the same in every keeper yet is. You find little morsels about what their deal is. You know, for the summoned is basically the breaker. This very obviously modeled after Hellboy. And it says, "I wear the cruel crown of prophecy. I embody the promise and inevitability of the apocalypse. My power is blunt, aggressive, and demanding. My heart yearns to love and be loved. When playing the summoned, remember, define violence on your own terms, seek out love in all its forms, and defy your destiny. And there we have the three core ideas and conflicts of this playbook. It's a very violent playbook. It is desperately in search and in need of love. And it has this destiny that it tries to go against. And it sounds like, well, it's true for every character, but it isn't. That's very specific to this one. Let's go to Tiana, the Surge. And for some reason, now your order on my screen has changed, so I'll just go with Willora. Willora, would you be so kind and read the Surge for us? These two bits.
So the Surge one says, I must learn to share my power or be consumed by it. I embody the hope and fear of the apocalypse. My power is explosive, uncontrollable, and alienating. My heart yearns to destroy and be destroyed.
And could you please also read the when playing the summon bit? Oh,
yes.
It should be the Surge, not the summon.
Yeah. Oh, I'll take that. Slip in here. Sure. When playing the Surge, remember, struggle to define yourself beyond your power. Love others, knowing hurting them is easy. Share the burden with others.
Mm-hmm. So the Surge is the character who's always too much. Collateral damage is a big theme with them. Trying to do something and then just going overboard. And then we have the Shade. Jim, now you're back where you were before. Would you be so kind and read the Shade for us?
I think that's a function of my turning my camera on and off. Probably is why that happens. I'm done with my breakfast, so I won't be doing.
No, that's all good. Now I know that and
yeah.
Can keep it in mind.
Okay. The Shade. I have a special and personal relationship with death. I embody the coldness and end of the apocalypse. My power is enlightening, coldly logical, and ephemeral. My heart yearns to guide and be guided. And when playing the Shade, you should remember. Hold death close. Hide your heart behind logic. Decide why you choose to keep on living. And if I could just say something, one of the cool things that's fun about playing the Shade is you get to decide what death looks like in the world, in this game that we're playing together. And that's one of the real, it doesn't kind of say that in those things, but that's one of the real appeals of playing this particular playbook.
Yes. And in terms of what they do, in the group is, this hide your heart behind logic. Like their point is that they have trouble accessing their emotions, and they are very discerning. They are the smarty pants, the investigator, but they're not good on being in touch with anybody really, but least of all themselves. And the whole death close, you can also see there's a bit of very deep sadness in there. And lastly, we have the last. Casey, would you please read that for us?
I have been forged and strengthened through tragedy. I embody the grief and peace of the apocalypse. My power is reflective, sorrowful, and hopeful. My heart yearns to comfort and to be comforted. When playing the last, remember, leave your heart in the past. Find others to create a future with, and hold tightly to the double-edged nature of grief.
Mm. And there we also can see the main theme of the last is, being the last of their people, remembering something that isn't anymore, and trying to go on after all that tragedy. Yes. So, and after we've heard that, does anybody have a strong preference on what they want to play?
I would really love to take the Surge.
Mm-hmm. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, I mean, the person that hasn't played before should get the first shot at choosing their playbooks. I think that's great, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then...
Perhaps I'd like the Shade, if no one objects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go for it. The Shade rules. I mean, they're all good. They're all good. But
okay. So the Shade is Michael.
Casey, do you have a particular preference? I've actually played a last before, but I don't think I've ever played the summon. So if you're cool with doing the last,
that makes it easy. I was just going to out polite you Midwestern style and go.
No, that's all good. That's all good. You would have been up against New England politeness, so we don't want people having to wait for that to resolve.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, then we have our group, and it's not even half. I wanted to present my cool shared Hearth shirt, but I'm getting really cold. I need to put on a sweater. Let's maybe have a short 5-minute break, and we can get sweatered and prepared, and then we start the game and revisit the Lines and Veils. See ya.
Sounds good.
Okay, welcome back. I was of the mistaken assumption that we can just start playing, but of course we can't. Because there are things to do first. I see you all put in your names into your character sheets. And, oh yeah. Let me just put your player names in there too. Oh, I know who's who.
I think I have like a basic question about the roll. Like,
Mhm.
you roll 2d6, and but what do you add to that?
Yes. So, I mean, yep, it's a good question. Let me just quickly finish writing in your names. So, the way it works is that you are apocalyptic monsters who defy simple things like stats. What you do is in line 26, you have this field that says gaining darkness tokens. And as the shade, you gain 2 to 4 darkness tokens when you feel ignored or unimportant, react with cold reason and logic, ask someone to follow your instructions, ask someone to ignore their heart, or embody a condition that affects you. And everybody else will have noticed that in their field there are different things, because it's very specific to the playbook. When you do these things, you get, as it says, 2 to 4 darkness tokens, and that is your choice how many you get. And when you make a move, you always spend these tokens up to 3 and roll. So you don't have any stats that you add to your roll. You roll your darkness tokens. And it's totally up to you how many you add, up to 3. And the up to 3 is also not a... no, it's... Maybe I don't need to go into the mechanics that deep. But yeah, up to 3.
So
And-
sorry. We're
No, good.
choosing how many before we roll, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Cool.
and if you still misroll, because the cool thing here is you can roll too high. Because you're apocalyptic monsters, and sometimes you just go too hard. So if you roll too high or too low, you can spend your bonds with your fellow monsters, and that is the thing that we still need to do to manipulate your roll. So you can spend bonds on a 1-to-1 basis to higher or lower your rolls. So if you,
Cool.
I don't know, roll a 12 and you want to get it down to, or roll 11 and want to get it down to a 10, because 8 to 10 is the sweet spot, you can spend a bond and lower it down to 10. And whenever you spend a bond, you also have to do a little bit of character / world building, in that you say what it is about that other character or the darkness. The darkness is somebody everybody is connected with. That helps you in this moment to dial down your powers or to like find the last bit you need to get to wherever you want to go.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
Can I ask you a question about that, Dominic?
absolutely.
So different GMs run this slightly differently with the Cart from Brindlewood type of thing. Are you inclined to tell us what's going to happen if we accept the result, then give us the option to spend or not? Or do you prefer that we say, like I rolled an 11. I don't think I want whatever that's going to be. I'll spend. Or do you want to take a moment to kind of give us, the range of like actual kind of fictional outcomes that might happen? And I'm fine either way. We should just know before going into it how you're going to handle that.
I tend to play games as by the book as I can, and Apocalypse Keys by the book doesn't have that thing. That is a gauntlet thing. If you want me to, I can of course tell you how it's going to be.
No, like it's like the between and stuff does it that way, and I think like I said, I've played enough Apocalypse Keys to see people do it both ways. So, but that completely makes sense and totally legit. So, but just good to know before we get into it.
Yeah, because I think here I'm also more interested in you, if that happens, in you really deciding, do you want to eat the bad result or do you want to do the world building bit? And also to the point of bad results, it's a thing that I absolutely adore about Apocalypse Keys is that there are no bad results. Like even the fail states are usually extremely entertaining in a way that they are not always in other PBTA games or CFB games. So I wonder, and that's maybe a question to the table, do we want to go through the anatomy of the character keeper, or do we want to explore that in game? How do you feel? Particularly the two new ones, Michael and Willora.
Maybe a bit.
Okay. Then let's go from the top left. You have the this one box with your name and the character name and your look and all that. That is stuff that usually when you create a new character, you get to choose that. In this case, we're playing pre-gens, so that's all pre-chosen for you. But it tells you something about what your character looks like, right? A vaporous body contained by a suit, an aura of strange glowing colors, face that can never settle on anything real. Normally, and you can see that's a drop down in the character keeper. You could choose that. In this case, it is pre-chosen for you. But if you want to change that, be my guest. Like these characters that come with this scenario have a bit of a formulated backstory, as I said in our chat, that you were invited to read. But if you haven't gotten around to that, that's also totally fine. They also work without all that backstory. And if you play them without all that backstory, it's even easier to customize them to what you want. Then you have the Gaining Darkness tokens box that I just went through, right? You can play them whenever you want to get however many Darkness tokens between 2 and 4 you want to take. I am not handing out the tokens. You are claiming them.
Yeah, I'll probably be taking them all the time when I'm not in scenes because I'll be feeling lonely and rejected. Yeah,
absolutely. With that, let me bring you to a interesting mechanic. And that is, if we go back to the basic moves, we have this Torn Between move. You can trigger that whenever you feel it makes sense narratively, that you're torn between your monstrous and your human side. But if you finish a move with 5 or more darkness tokens, you have to trigger that. Because then your monstrous side just gets too powerful and you have to do something about it. Either talk to your fellow monsters or rough it out. We'll see what the move does when we use it. Nothing stops you from farming darkness tokens, but be aware that at some point the hens will come home to roost darkly. Then we have the bonds. We will go get through that in a moment. That is your connections to 2 of your fellow players and to your inner darkness. Then we have the powers of darkness. They are also pre-selected, but again, you're free to select others if you find others are more interesting. And they are, I don't know anything more about them than you do. They are what you make them. You have the conditions. Conditions are very specific to the playbooks. And as a keeper reaction, I might at some points ask you, how does it make you feel? And when I do that, that is an invitation for you to look at your conditions and check a condition. When your conditions are, when you checked all 4 of your conditions, you reach your breaking point. And your breaking point, again, a lot of this game is just really well written in the sense that it's not punishing. Reaching your breaking point is just an interesting role-playing prompt in the end. You're not dying. Nothing really bad is happening. It's just your character narratively gets to a breaking point. They having a bad time, but that is of course fun role play. And there's nothing really bad mechanically happening to you. So just go for it. Go hard. Then to the right of that, starting in L7, you have your impulse. That is a thing that you select at the start of the game. I think what I already marked there, I think that came with pre-generated characters. Again, you're free to explore anything, any of the other ones instead of whatever I pre-marked there. But that's what it came with. And when you, at the end of the game, answer yes, you get an XP or a ruin. And this is completely not relevant to what we're doing here today. But in the full campaign, you basically have 2 experience tracks, that is XP and ruin gets you closer to being a monster, a harbinger. And then you have fun ways of going bad later in the campaign. But for today, it doesn't really matter, aside from being a role-playing prompt. And the same goes for the end-of-session questions. That doesn't matter today, since we're only playing a one-shot. But that would be questions that we would ask in a campaign. Then going down, we have moves, and they are also pre-selected. I don't know what to tell you about them. That is the reason why I invited you to read through the things, because they are quite long. If you want, I can maybe give you some time to do that. Maybe 5 minutes of silence while we all read our moves. You only have 3 or 4. In case not everybody has read all the moves. And just because I forgot it a second ago, the search only has 1 power of darkness. Everybody else has 2, so don't be confused by that. And the search, not by playbook, but this particular character has an additional bond with a character called Mesmer, and that is explained in one of their moves.
I got that.
In Hero's Weapon, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we have that. Then let's go from left to right. Go and do the connections. So each one of you has 2 connections. One gives them 1 bond with one character, and the other one gives them 2 bonds with one other character. And the Marquesa. Who do you think was there when you got summoned, and what makes them afraid of you?
Tiana, if you're amenable to the idea that whatever massive power you have was part of the requirement for the ritual to summon me, and so you are involved in that, willingly or not, we can play to find out. But I kind of like that your kind of barely held in check power was one of the elements that was required to pull me through from wherever I came from.
Oh yeah, I like that. Sort of goes with the extensive backstories written. It was like a cult thing,
Oh, sure.
So,
yeah, there we go. All right. Excellent.
That works.
Cool. Tiana, who was there when you truly let go, and what did you destroy that belonged to them? And why? Sorry, I'm reading that. It's a bit difficult with the changing of the pronouns. You were there when I truly let go. So somebody else was there when you truly let go. What did you destroy that belonged to them, and why are you? Why are they grateful?
Okay. My only thought right now is that I killed Kara.
Oh, good. Is that okay with you, Michael?
It could be something else too.
Michael, you muted?
Sorry, yes, I was muted. It's cool by me. I mean, there is a sort of the character does come with sort of a description of how she died.
Oh, okay.
But it can be worked into it.
Yeah, I'm also open to whatever else that Tiana could have destroyed that belonged to you. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah, I mean because it's not super detailed. I mean, Kara came into contact with some weird skeleton that came into the lab, and that's what doomed her. But we can say that maybe Tiana somehow tried to help and fix the situation, but that's what ultimately. I mean, you could argue that it would have happened regardless, but that doesn't ease the guilt, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I could totally see that.
And also, let me just reiterate: the play happens at the table. Don't be too beholden to what the pre-gens tell you.
All right.
Okay, so then Kara, your first question is: somebody else was there when you died. Do they pity
Well, I
or
mean,
admire you?
we have. Wait, that's different. What?
It says you were there when I died. Do you
Yeah,
pity
no,
or admire me?
I was looking at the PDF and it's phrased differently there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is. Oh wait, no, it's
You
What
were
is
there
it?
when I died. How did witnessing my death transform our relationship?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I assume that they that Ray maybe shortened it a bit for Conplay, or made it more precise.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
you
was
should.
following the PDF.
Yeah, no, the PDF. Looking at the PDF is actually not going to be helpful, and because if you look at the character keeper and you mouse over, it will have the description in the character keeper there.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. That is true. I put that there.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can go with either of the questions. One is as good as the other.
Okay. Well, we have established that Tiana was there when I died for unfortunate reasons. But maybe someone else was there too. Let's see.
I could see it being Astra.
Yeah. Casey,
Yeah.
maybe Astra was there.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, if I'm going to go with do I pity or admire you, I think I pity you. Like being the last and like being outside of something, like a place where I belong. I think seeing you transformed into something like beyond human and not quite dead and not quite alive is like even worse than my fate in some ways. And I think like I just feel so bad for you if that works.
Yeah, makes sense.
Thank you for bringing that up, because the thing with the character keeper, because that gives me the chance to update it before the Saturday game. Trade relationship question, so that I check them all.
And honestly, I was looking at the PDF because it's much more easier to read for me, like
Oh,
formatting.
sure. Okay.
Yeah. What makes the character keeper difficult to read for you?
Because you need to go both up and down and left and right.
Oh yeah, it's a bit big. That's true.
PDF, it's only one direction.
Note taken. And Astra, you know of another like yourself. How does keeping this secret from you protect you? So somebody else knows of somebody like you.
Yes. So someone, yes.
Someone.
You know of another like me. How does keeping this secret from me protect me?
Yeah.
Does anyone feel particularly inclined to have the secret knowledge of the other last?
Maybe we figure out why they're being like what terrible thing will happen if you guys are put together, and then work backward from there. Like is there something that somebody finds compelling about why we want to keep them apart, even though we know is it like a Kal-El and Zod situation, or what? What's going on with that?
Well, in the backstory for the character, it says all of their people that survived the tragedy have become harbingers. So I guess there's the juice there that If we're all destined to become harbingers, two of us together would be terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, and maybe it is. It's maybe it's almost like a mimetic thing where, like, as long as you're ignorant of your people's past, then we can prevent it from happening. And the like them keying you into what's going on would be the. I think so. So I mean, like, I've been doing the talk. I'll go ahead and take that. And say that that the Marquesa has encountered another of your people who made it clear that their whole mission was to reveal to you your true destiny and your true and like, just like me, once they know what happened, there'll be no question about what they'll want to do next. So yeah, it's we got to make sure that they never get in touch with you.
Nice.
Awesome.
And that brings us back around to the Marquesa. Your second question is, why can somebody else not tell you that they love you?
Hara, why can't you tell me that you love me? Just because I'm a former court executioner for a bunch of kind of extra dimensional weird kind of fey style nobility.
That is hilarious, because that's literally my second question is, my bond is I love you but I can't accept it.
Second ones are all about love.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's why they're so
we can totally leverage that make that.
So
It's synergy.
yeah. So how is your phrase? Why can't I tell you?
Mine is, why can't you tell me you love me? And I get 2 bonds with you for that.
Well, I think Kara would have a problem of telling anyone how she feels. I mean, I think it's not that she can't, as in she's not allowed to, but can't, as in she can't bring herself, or she doesn't know how.
That sounds to me more like a won't problem than a can't problem, but okay. All right. I put in parentheses, it's nothing personal for that. So yeah, that's great.
Mental blocks or mental blocks.
Yeah, sure. Nope, that's fantastic.
Okay,
yeah.
I can go with something more supernatural if you want
No,
to.
that's totally cool. I love that. You're just not a people person. That's fantastic. Yep. Yeah, that's great.
Absolute in keeping with the shade. Tiana, somebody loves you, but they reject you for your own sake. Why? Did that right? I think I did.
Yes, I love someone.
Oh, you love somebody.
They rejected me for my own sake.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to go with Astra. I don't know why exactly, but what do you think?
Yeah. That works for sure. For your own sake. I mean, it feels maybe a bit like like Aragorn Arwen situation, maybe like oh, I'm so dangerous, or like, oh, if you come along with me, it'll change you, and that's bad for you, right? Like, I'm the problem. Or like, I'm fighting with this destiny of knowing that all of my people have become harbingers, right? So even if we were to be together, but when I became a harbinger, it would be so devastating, right? Like,
I kind of like this being mutually what both of them are basically thinking here. They have the same kind of angst about it.
Well, I mean, so we can kind of dovetail into mine, maybe, because my second question is, we loved each other once. Why do we keep hurting each other?
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like that's by, like, maybe they have a kind of off and on will they won't they thing that they're both like trying to protect the other but keep rejecting each other and keeping each other at a distance.
Yeah, not now.
Yeah. So maybe there's some intentional trying to push the other one away going on that leads to hurting each other.
Very nice.
Yeah. Is it White Fang? Is that it? Right at the end of the book, where he like sends the dog off. Whatever. One of those Jack London
get out of
books,
here,
right?
you stupid
Yeah.
animal kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Very nice. And then we have Kara's second question, which of course could also be directed at the Marquesa, but also to anybody else.
Yeah, that is what I was thinking. My second question is: you love me, but I don't understand love. Why won't you give up on me? So let's reciprocate and have the Marquesa love Kara. Except I like, as has been mentioned, Kara doesn't really understand love or human emotions in general. Why won't you give up on me? Do you have any thoughts on why won't you give up on me?
Oh yeah, I think because I kind of like that it's the idea that you represent the possibility of connecting my kind of like the immortal beings that I spring from and like the mortals of Earth and and this world. Like I've always believed that we could never really connect because our perspectives can't possibly match up. But you're this mortal that has been somehow stepped outside of, like outside of death, which is the thing that mortals have to navigate. And so you represent this potential for us to, finally figure out, and maybe for the people I'm coming from to access understanding what it's like to worry about dying. And the potential of what you represent, I think, is why I refuse to give up on you.
Very
Awesome.
cool. And then you might have noticed that there's still one bond, or in the case of Tiana, even two, that we haven't talked about. And let's do that for a second. The Marquesa. Why are you tempted to give in to what the darkness demands? And I know you know how the game works, Jim, but for the others, there is in line 18 to 20, there is what the darkness demands of you. And that is basically a role-playing prompt to like, what is your dark side? Where is your your dark lying? And the darkness is like this. It's also not super explained in the book, but I take it as just being all your destructive tendencies. The dark you. Yes. And Marquesa, why are you tempted to give into what it demands?
Because in particular, to embrace and strengthen my prophecy, prophecy makes your life easier. You can just go, well, this was always, I don't have to worry about what I'm doing or justify my actions because it's prophecy, man. I can just, I'll just ride out the prophecy and not have to, make difficult decisions or feel guilty about anything I did because I was just destined to do it all along and I never really had any agency. But the problem with having friends that are not part of your prophecy is they start to say, hey, maybe you could think for yourself. And oh my God, that makes things really, really difficult. And sometimes it's very tempting to just go, for 8,000 years, they told me this was my role. And now these people that I've just met are saying, maybe you don't have to do that. And gosh, that can be hard sometimes.
Very good. Tiana, why are you tempted to give in to what the darkness demands?
Well, the darkness demands that I never fall in love, and that would just make things a lot easier also with Astra, if I just didn't fall in love with him, then it's all good. So,
so you'd rather destroy the world than
than be vulnerable? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Kara, why are you tempted to give in to what the darkness demands?
Well, one of the things the darkness demands is to break the veil between the living and the dead. And Kara is a scientist, and there is a part of her that just, A, wants to see what happens, and B, thinks that it would make researching death just so much easier if it would be just more accessible.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. I love it. Like this curious, playful way of ascending to the darkness. That's really cool. And lastly, of course, Astra, why are you tempted to give in to what the darkness demands?
Yeah, well, the darkness demands that I resurrect my people at the expense of humanity and to awaken the Leviathans in space. And I think I'm tempted because, well, I want to resurrect my people, right? Like I want to. Not only do I want to bring them back, I want to, reclaim our history or whatever, and not make us harbingers, change that destiny, right? But if I can't do that, bring on the space Leviathans to end it all, right?
Yeah. Better to destroy everything than to stay alone.
Yeah. Because if I destroy everything, then I won't have. No one else can be a harbinger after that, right? I don't know.
Yes. Okay. So it's 3 past the hour. I know we already had a little 5-minute break, but how about we have another 5-minute one? Yeah. Okay. Or like 7-minute, and be back 10 past, and then we'll start.
Just to throw it there too. I think the Surge has a start of session.
Oh,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's the hands around my heart. Yeah.
Okay.
We have to select your favorite,
or whoever you think is gonna help you today. I think maybe.
Yeah, the person who might help you down from the ledge.
I shouldn't.
Or step out on the ledge with you. That's the other. That's the other option. That's hold hands while you jump. That's.
See, messy option is to choose Astra, but I kind of want to choose someone else too.
Sweet, yeah. Even better for me to feel lonely and rejected.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll choose Kara. Kara is already dead, so it's okay.
Wow. Wait, so what again? What was I chosen for?
You're the for this session. You are my heart, and you share the burden of my power. So, I think. Well, I think real answer is Tiana hopes Kara will save them from what the darkness demands, because Kara's kind of like a reminder of why you don't just let the power overwhelm you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and also a good role model for just keeping those emotions in check.
Good thing you have to trigger an intimate moment with each other.
Oh no!
Of course, what an intimate moment is, it's very, very wide range of what that could be.
Yeah.
Does not always have to be the smoochy-smoochies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then now we have everything. Let's start. So this scenario actually comes with a quite good introductory text, and I would say we just read it together. And I will post it bit for bit because it's too long to post it in one go in the chat. But I post it bit for bit. And I'll go with the first bit. It always has these mysteries. You always have these introductory things such as complexity 2, location, division base 001 in blank. Date September, equinox. Your contact is Angel Gorimel. They, them. Omen class monsters. Monsters agent trainer Vex and new recruit Mr. Nog have both gone missing. Our psychics have deciphered a distress signal from decommissioned Division Base 0001, where the first door is secured under maximum security protocols. These security measures have been compromised and are now ineffective against Harbinger-class monsters. Find Vex and Mr. Nog. If either or both have succumbed to the Harbinger within them, you have direct orders to eliminate them. Find the Door of Power and contain it before the Harbinger claims ascension. Oh, actually, I think that is all the readout text, because the rest is background for me. So then we won't do the reading it out together thing. We might get the sense that I've never run that mystery before, and you're right, I haven't. So you are flown into Division Base 1. You just come off, or not you, Division, the organization you work for, just comes off a apocalyptic threat that has had reality compromising powers, and just getting you there to Division Base 1 takes incredible resources that Division doesn't really have right now. But eventually they get you there. It's not quite clear where it is, actually. But the entrance to the base is massive. It's huge doors made of layers of bespelled metal standing 3 stories high. The doors are torn wide open, and a path of destruction leads into the abandoned headquarters. Standing in the snow with their long white hair tied back in a ponytail is a Division agent, Angel Gorimel. The angel throws a dying cigarette into the concrete, crushing it under the heel of an expensive shoe. Marquisa, you and Angel Gorimel, you were partners once. Whenever anyone asked them how they fell from heaven, they offer a different story each time. What did Angel Gorimel tell... Sorry, why did Angel Gorimel tell you the truth? And why won't you tell anyone else?
I think it's because our stories are the same. She didn't fall. She wasn't pushed. She was dragged out of heaven. And she doesn't like to tell people that because, like, one of the things about heaven is that mortals like to think once you're there, everything's fine, and you're there forever and you never leave. And the fact that she got yanked out of it by these powerful forces is not a thing that she's particularly interested in people actually knowing. But maybe if we were partners, I can't help but feel this is like one night on a bender she admitted it to me, right? But then like next morning hungover swore, made me swear to never tell anyone, and I haven't since.
Very good. So as you get closer to Angel Gorimel, Gorimel just reaches into the inside pocket of their flawless bespoke jacket and pull out another already lit cigarette, put it in their mouth, and with a wide smile say, "Oh, Marquesa, I haven't seen you in a long time."
Darling, those things will kill you,
Yes. Eventually.
and I walk up to her and we do a like air kiss thing,
Yeah.
like with either cheek, right? So I said, let me look at you. Flawless as always.
You haven't aged one day. And she takes her cigarette and offers it to you.
Yeah, and I and I take it in a gesture that is, clearly this is a thing we have done before.
Yeah.
and I smoke it European style, right? I don't do one of these like an American. I do, like I take a couple quick puffs on it. I lean my head back and I do like a couple of like Baroque swirling, like dragon looking smoke rings, grin and pass the cigarette back to her.
And with the same air of revising an old ritual, she takes it and just continues smoking it without any big airs. And then they look at the rest of you and they say, "And this is your new team? Hello, I'm Angel Gormel. I'm your contact for this mission. Who might you be?"
It's Division's team. They're not my team. I'll let them introduce themselves.
And maybe we could just do a round of like who you are and what you look like on this particular day. Who wants to go first?
Sure, I can. Or go ahead. What you said?
Maybe I'll just give a quick description of what I look like, and then we can do that. So, the Marquesa is like maybe 7 feet tall, something like this, and like broad shoulders, which kind of go down to slender hips, certainly like human shaped, right? Has a body like an Olympic gymnast, right? Her, like broad, thick shoulders going, the thickly muscled legs and stuff like this and everything. She dresses in like new romantic style, right? Like she looks like Adam Ant or something like that, with the rough and, like kind of like epaulets that are clearly decorative and not actually military, and any, and some kind of like whatever fake medals and stuff like this on her chest and things like this. And she's got her skin is kind of like pale, almost cadaverous. And she's got these horns that are like these tightly curled antelope horns that are shattered into like thousands of pieces, but that kind of like something is holding them suspended sort of above her head, roughly in the shape of them, but they've been busted up. Her eyes are these dark slits that are kind of constantly weeping like these like bright like kind of sparkling gold tears that kind of slowly drip down the sides of her face and then sort of dissolve kind of when they hit her chin. But when her powers flare up, they kind of like, they sort of start to catch fire, and then they're like her eyes are glowing like that. And she's got like strapped to her waist, she's got a sword, like a rapier with a great big kind of fancy jeweled basket hilt that you have never seen her draw. It's clearly it's decorative. But beyond that, she, and whatever, she's got like kinky, like hip boots, up with like crazy stiletto heels and stuff like this to, and then that's part of the being 7 feet tall. But very much kind of like, like I said, sort of a new romantic. She could look like she like stepped out of an 80s music video.
Who is standing to your left?
I think standing to my left, let's say Astra.
Mm-hmm. Astra, what do you look like today?
Yeah, Astra is. I'm going off of what's in the book. So Astra's like 9 feet tall, and he's like painfully thin. I think he wears like loose pants to like for the sake of human modesty, but he's shirtless because he has a wound to the chest, maybe like a mid-range shotgun blast looking sort of like open wound with like that just sort of like seeps constantly. He has 7 eyes, I think, sort of like outlining a teardrop shaped face, sort of like with one eye in the middle at the top and 3 down either side. And then he has a halo-like bone that grows out from his temples and up above his head, and that sort of like his skull is shaved, and his thoughts kind of like project under the skin of his head. So his head, when he's thinking or particularly engaged in something, might sort of like glow or illuminate a little bit. But yeah, I think that's what Astra looks like.
And who's standing to Astra's right?
The Marquesa? But I think
it doesn't matter. It's just a popcorn question.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. All right.
So, who's getting the popcorn, Casey?
Sorry. I said Kara or Kara.
Okay, didn't hear that.
Sorry.
Okay.
Kara, got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, Kara, she's actually on the at least in this group on the shorter side. She's like 1 meter 60, 1 meter 70, something like that. And she, although I mean it's not really her, it's a skeleton in a suit, and I guess that's it's been dead for a while and may have shrunk in that time. But what you actually see is it's kind of like an astronaut suit. It's gray, and it has like some patches and maybe even the logo of the division on the shoulder, which I have no idea what it looks like, but it's there. And in the head, it's kind of like a glass orb, basically, and in a glass bowl, and inside the bowl, below everything, there's a skull, but the skull is as if it floats in a cloud of vapor. And imagine like there's like a movie projector projecting faces onto that cloud of vapor. So it's like you sort of see something that's maybe a face. It's vaguely a woman's face, but like it's very hard to tell any definite features in the condition in which you see it. And she steps forward and she reaches out her hand to shake Angel Gormel's hand, like in a formal hello kind of way.
Enchanté, says Angel Gormel. Maybe doing a little curtsy. Half ironic, but only half. Haven't had that much human contact in a while.
Yeah, I think go ahead.
I just wanted to say, and then who's the last one that's missing?
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No,
No.
if you want to finish your thought, go for it.
No. I just say that Kara is a bit confused by the reaction. She kind of freezes for a bit, and then she nods and takes back her hand.
And Angel Gormel flashes you an unearthly beautiful smile. And then looks at the last one in the round and says, and who might you be?
Yeah, because I think that Tiana was not visible until Kara stepped forward, because Tiana was behind Kara. And the other two, who are much taller, because Tiana is also on the shorter side. But I think in comparison to the other three, it looks extremely average. Kind of just wearing like 80s style clothing, a lot of like bracelets, kind of pony bead sort of candy bracelets, and earrings. A lot of just like little cheap jewelry. But they sort of look like they're deer in headlights a little bit at being called out.
Gormel also smiles at you and says, "You look like you have something on your mind. Care to share?"
Yeah, and I'll dovetail over into the question you asked earlier,
Yep.
which let me just check something for ideas.
Just for everybody, it is you were here at Division Base 0001 when an apocalyptic threat forced you all to abandon it. Who did you leave behind, and why do you suspect they may still be alive?
Yeah, so I think the only like notable part of Tiana's appearance here is this big crystal staff that they're kind of clutching, which is from Mesmer, their friend from the 80s, when they got transported there for a brief time while working with Division. And I think when they came back, they were at this base, and Mesmer from the future or the present, I suppose, was there and became a harbinger, and they all had to evacuate, obviously. So we left Mesmer behind, but Tiana thinks they may still be alive because Tiana made sure that they would be.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Tiana maybe sabotaged something and is extremely nervous to be back here, having known that they did that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I think, yeah, their response is just, "Hello, Tiana. Just thinking of the last problem that there was here, and how soon there's another problem."
I mean, it's been a few decades, says the angel.
It passes like nothing.
It does, doesn't it? Like one day they're all wearing flowers in their hair, and the other day it spikes. Like time passes. Time passes.
It's
like
really
crazy.
jarring. Yeah,
it is. Anyway, I think we're all here for a job, and they like point behind them. Yes, very good. And says, so something happened here, and I don't quite know what, and I am afraid that will be on you to investigate that, but I'll be out here if you need help. All I know, all that they told me, and they kind of roll their eyes a little bit in the Marquesa's direction. You know how they are, that kind of smile, eye roll. All they told me is that there was something going on with a Omen class monster in training. That was a reformed harbinger, and you know what the facility looks like now, and they are MIA, and we don't know where they are. Their name is Mr. Nock. Also MIA is their trainer, Vex. And that's all we know so far. You have any other questions? Smile at you.
I think I have out of character question.
Yes.
What is an Omen class thing?
So an Omen class monster is a monster that is. You are Omen class monsters. An Omen class monster is a monster that is capable of becoming a harbinger if they lose their connection to their humanity. And a harbinger is a apocalyptic monster, as in will certainly usher in the apocalypse if it's not stopped.
So do we also have handlers?
Do you have handlers?
Yeah, because you said that Mr. Nock had a handler, Vex. So I wonder if that's like it. I'm asking, like, I guess it's just part of the universe that the characters know, and maybe the other players who have played the game also know. But I'm
in the end, that depends on how you want to play that. I would assume for the purpose of today's game, the closest to being a handler is your contact is Angel Gorimel. Unless you have any, it might be that you have moves that allow you to call into division, like your ghostly agent, for example.
Yeah,
My understanding.
that's part of the reason I asked, because
So my understanding also is that the scenario is explicit that this Mr. Knock is like a division agent in training, right?
Yep, and Vex is the trainer.
So maybe it's to think of them as a trainer as much as a handler, like you would, because when you say handler, I think like an espionage agent that has someone that
Guy in the van,
Yes, yeah. But in this instance, I think it's as much like a trainer, someone kind of who's like showing them the ropes or there to observe their first mission or something like that, as anything else. And so that can be a way to kind of frame the fact that we're kind of here because we're like veteran division agents, but this Mr. Knock is supposed to be new, and that's why he's got someone there with him.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and if you go in, be careful. There's the first door in there, deep in the bowels. You wouldn't want to accidentally trip and open that thing. And again, looking back, if it's still closed, that is. Look, I don't know either. I'm just a working stiff like you are.
We'll go and check.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's fine.
And then in the meanwhile, I'll try and get HQ on the horn. And if you have any further questions, I'm just a phone call away. Okay, what do you do?
Do we actually have like cell phones, or is that more metaphorical?
Yeah, whatever you want to have. Like this kind of game is very much very open to what you make it. Like it could be a button in the ear, it could be a over the shoulder cell phone from the 90s. It could be something magical.
It could be the fact that she's an angel, so we just have to like think about it, and she'll hear us or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think the default is we can communicate with each other unless it's interesting that we can't.
Exactly.
We just need to send our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Please send us supplies. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't care that much about prayers, but I'll hear your thoughts. That's fine.
Okay, so let's go in.
Let's go in. Okay.
I've been here before, so I'm okay leading the way.
Good.
You've been here before.
A few decades ago, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. You do not appear to me to be more than a few decades old.
Thank you.
Care to elaborate, or is it like if you told or if you told us, would you have to kill us?
I wouldn't. It was a time travel thing, but I'm back now. So it might have changed.
Since you know the territory, you should go ahead and please.
Yes.
I understand that you are reluctant sometimes to allow yourself to fully realize your power, but this is serious, and you should not hesitate if the opportunity presents itself to unleash.
Okay, I will take that under consideration. Thank you.
And that's me asking someone to give me their best and not hold back, and I'll take a couple of darkness tokens for that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take darkness tokens for feeling overwhelmed.
So as you go in,
I think I'll take 4 just because that's been the constant state.
Absolutely. As you go in, you notice that this facility doesn't look like anybody has been here in quite a while. It also doesn't look particularly destroyed as such. It more looks caved in a lot of places. Like it's been sitting empty for years and has just succumb to the ravages of time more than that some Omen class monster has destroyed it. So whatever Mesmer has done way back when must have been repaired. And there are whole wings that are just like, caved in where the roof has given out.
Do we have any plans of the place?
Yeah, sure, you can. Yeah. It's probably a good idea to take care of that. Yeah. You have either thought of taking procuring plans beforehand, or if you haven't, Gorimil can just give you some, onto your personal devices. And the closest thing that there is, I assume you walk through several parts of the facility, and you always find the same thing: the caved-in ceilings, the ravages of time, and at some points you find even holes in the floor that give you the glimpse of a cavernous system below the complex. And as you walk deeper into it, the howling wind that has been with you the entire time becomes twisted and piercing through that howling, twisted wind, there's a shriek, a keening wail. And as Kara looks up to the ceiling, she sees a mass of limbs and eyes and teeth just covering the ceiling like
That is not good.
smoke made flesh. And as she says, "Oh, that's not good," the bodies that make up this mass of flesh just tumble down onto you. And the way the scenario is written, we start with a fight scene, which is actually a very rare occasion in this game. Like, in my 9 sessions that I had of my run, I had 1 fight scene so far.
Oh,
But
man,
okay.
that's not the way I run it.
Because also the fighting system isn't like very gamey. The way it works is that monsters also have conditions, and you with your powers can force them to mark their conditions, and when they've marked their conditions, they are defeated. And they have also moves and a drive. And their drive is to inflict pain on you, and that's what they're doing now. Who wants to do something first?
I think
Yeah.
Tiana would love to save Kara here. That's
Oh,
what they're
great.
going for, which is this is a sort of smoke creature, also limbs and eyes, or just sort of.
No, that was just me being very metaphoric in my speech. No,
Okay.
they are positively
Their flesh. Their flesh. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Tiana's still going to use like wind. There's a lot of wind around. I can harness that wind and smash this thing into the wall.
Mhm.
Off of so
Yeah.
it just doesn't fall on Kara in the first place.
Very
So
cool.
I think that would be powering through darkness.
I think so too, because you're going for a very specific, very precise effect here. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, let me bring up the actual dice thing. And I think let's spend... I'll go with 2 darkness tokens for this time. So, wait, how many 2d6?
It's 2d6, plus
Okay.
your darkness tokens.
Yes. And then I will plus...
Also, there's the
2.
avert imminent danger in the wording of Power Through Darkness.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I don't have the character keeper on. Up, so there it is. It's a
Wait,
5.
did I do 2D? 2D?
You have no. You had only rolled 1d6.
Damn. Okay, let me roll another one real quick.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so low. It's still really low and bad, but
So we can actually in this character keeper. I don't know if you're all aware. We can do stuff like 2d6 plus 2. If you click the d6 twice, you have 2d6. And then in the bottom right, there is this plus thing. And if you go up 2, then it's 2d6 plus 2. And it looks like that. Here is my character from another game.
Where's in the keeper, you said?
No, in the witch dice.
Oh, in the witch dice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I added 2 there. I just forgot to do...
So
I just
now
forgot
we have
to do 2d6.
now we have 6 plus 2. If I see that right.
I think it is. No, it's 6 flat. It's the plus 2 was added to that.
So that's 6. That's not great.
No.
So let me see what happens on a 6. On a 7 minus, something interrupts. No, sorry, that's the wrong move. On a 7 minus, the keeper will offer you something connected to what the darkness demands of you. Whether or not you take it, prepare for the worst. Do you want to eat that, or would you like to spend a bond?
I'd love to eat that.
Yeah? Okay. So, something connected to what the darkness demands of you. What does the darkness demand of you? You find a sign to my power.
That seems applicable. Yeah.
No, I think I will. No, I think I will be even meaner than that. Because I will combine that with a set the scene question. Yeah, which I usually would not ask the same player 2 of them in a row, but it just fits so nicely because the creature that you smash into the wall as it like with a loud crunch smashes to the wall and then gets up again, seemingly obviously in pain. You recognize it. Who were they when you were here the last time? And the added thing, of course, playing to what the darkness demands of you, you kind of had the hots on them.
Yeah, I think this was a someone I had been teamed up with, and back in the 80s, who, maybe we were all, we were also working with Mesmer at the time, and I think I had the hots for them. I had a strong feeling for them, but I had this dedicated loyalty to Mesmer, and so I chose that over them. And Mesmer probably did this to them, so I'm feeling pretty guilty here.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Seeing them now and what has become of them, how does that make you feel? And please mark a condition.
Sure. Are there? Oh, yeah.
Guilty is sadly not one of yours, but
yes. I think I'll do reactive here.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Oh, I think I'll step up. Yeah, that's like so. So this is it's like a kind of like a rain of bodies kind of coming down out of the ceiling.
Yeah, and just swarming at you, swallowing you up.
And the Marquesa says, the Marquesa, like, there's this kind of low rumbling growl that sort of like starts to build up in her chest that is actually kind of making the floor thrum a little bit, and and like the little bits of rubble and stuff are kind of doing that kind of T-Rex kind of thing, right? And so one of the things that I have is a part of my body is a weapon I'll never use, and that's my voice. Which I ever fully unleash it, I can like crack holes in the world and rip open time and stuff like this, and I've never done so. But when I get angry, it kind of like this, and you know that there's something building up there. I say, hands off! That's my ticket home. And I just kind of whoop, whoop, throw a couple of bodies aside as I wade in towards Tiana. Mm-hmm. And as I grab the and I'll wrap a big long fingered hand around one of those heads, and my other hand somehow my fingernails kind of ching, and I rip into their shadows, and I am pulling their shadows off of them, and they howl and dissolve and like this for everyone that I rip a shadow off.
Nice.
And that's my shadow control power. That's how I'm skinning that, and I'm just shredding my way through them. I'm going to try and shred my way through them to see if I can't free Tiana.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? What move that is?
I'm pretty sure that is power through darkness, right?
Sure.
I am pushing the limits of my supernatural powers to avert imminent danger.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a move where, because I'm Hellboy, sometimes I get angry. When I am, actually, I guess I'm going to unleash the dark because that is how this one works. Unleash the darkness to enforce my will. So that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I take 3 darkness tokens before doing so, which bumps me up to 7. And I'm going to spend 4 on this. I guess I can max out 3, right?
Yes.
So I will spend the full 3, and we'll see what happens here. Let me go 1, 2, 3, and roll that. Oh, there's a beautiful 8 as I rip my way through to try and free my friend here.
So let's just read it together for the new ones and the imagined listeners. On an 8 to 10, you wield the darkness with control and ease. Choose 2. Get past their defenses and inflict a condition. Get what you want from them. Avoid reprisals, harm, or cost. Gain the upper hand for now. Expose a weakness or flaw. Or confuse them for some time. Which 2 do you choose?
I'm going to get what I want from them, which is that they relinquish their hold, or basically that my friend is safe now.
Uh-huh.
And the other thing that I'm going to do is to expose a weakness or... you know what? I think I'll get to pass their defenses and inflict a condition as well. Mm-hmm. And I'm not particularly concerned with whether they rip into me. That's not why I'm... But I don't care about that. I've had worse.
Yeah. So as you do that, you of course they don't. Sorry, what was the first one? The first effect that you take?
What is it? Get what I want from them.
Oh yeah, okay.
Get what I want from them, which is that they release Tiana.
Yeah. So let me just quickly have a think. What happens? So you tear into them and you tear them apart. You throw them left and right, and you have no big problem keeping them away from Tiana until she has at least caught herself enough to take care of herself, and you protect her. And as you do this, you hear another of these high-pierced shrieks, and the creatures that you just chucked aside, and maybe you in your fervor tore up a limb here or there, tore off a limb here or there. From that limb grows another one of these creatures, and they now, just for transparency's sake, tick their first condition, and that is raging, which doesn't mean anything mechanically. It's just narratively, they're even more present and even less prone to be talked down than they were before.
Well, I mean, mechanically, that's one fewer condition we have to inflict to take them out.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely,
yeah.
yes. That's true, yes. You specifically did not avoid reprisals, harm, or cost. And I'm thinking about what a good cost would be. And you have such beautiful conditions. I'm particularly thinking of raging. Would you like to mark
Yeah, it
raging?
seems totally fair to me. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, yeah. No. Like, the fact that they are not respecting
Mm.
my tearing them apart, that they refuse to be torn apart. I really I'm just gonna have to tear harder. Clearly.
Yes, clearly. Who wants to go next, Kara or Astra? You don't have to, of course.
I
Not
can go
D&D.
next. I can go next.
Mhm.
I think the first thing they do, partially to actually gain some darkness tokens, I observe the situation and shout towards the Marquesa. What you're doing is only making this thing stronger. You have to disengage, which is I think asking someone to ignore their heart.
Very nice. Let me just quickly interrupt you here because you just gave me a perfect in for a setting the scene question. As you stand back and observe, you notice that one of the creatures wields a version of your powers of darkness. How did Division acquire your power? And why have they so far always been unsuccessful? And they tried. Unsuccessful to graft it to other living beings.
Well, one of my powers lets me speak to the dead. Allows to I can sense spirits in the area and channel them through my bones.
Mm-hmm.
How it acquired it? Well,
so to rephrase the question a little bit, there have been tries by Division to like take that power from you and use it like for grafting it onto other creatures, but it was unsuccessful. How did they try and how did they fail?
Well, I think that the main problem here is that speaking with the dead relies on some level on empathy. You have to connect. You have to actually connect to the person, like that spirit, and it's not something you can easily just give someone. That they have to, like, you can't convince someone to listen. They have to want to listen on some level.
Mm. And Division never really got that part.
Yeah.
When they tried to weaponize it.
Yeah, it was approaching, maybe much like Kara herself, they were approaching it way too clinically.
That's good. That's good. So yeah, there's one of them standing a bit like behind, not unlike yourself, and is trying to direct their troops. And is as you can see with your like special connection to death, they are the one who is knitting the broken brothers back together. But I interrupted you. I apologize. You were about to talk to the Marquise about how rage is not.
Yes. So I try to shout at the Marquesa to stop with the vicious fighting, and that your rage only fuels their rage.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if the Marquesa listens necessarily, but I take darkness tokens. It doesn't rely on anyone listening. I just need to ask it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take 3, let's say. And I think what I want to do, well, I will use my other power of darkness, which is shadow magic. And
Mhm.
so you're saying that I can. Well, I'm not sure if it makes sense. You tell me if it makes sense. You say that I see that the leader, they're the one who is reforging them and reviving them, and I try to sort of create a barrier, like and encase them in shadow, basically to disrupt their connection to the rest of the troops, so that they don't have maybe like shadows cover things, they mask things, and I want to make it harder for them to see and feel that connection to them.
That's an amazing idea. Do you think that is Unleash the Dark or Power Through Darkness? Like, how comfortably is it within the purview of your powers?
I think it's maybe
Or just as a curveball, you could conceivably also play any other moves with that, right? It could be you revealing your heart to the creature. You could even grasp keys. Like there is no strong one-to-one connection between like being in a battle and doing battle moves.
I think it's Power Through Darkness,
Mm-hmm.
because like the descriptions of shadow magic are much more reasonable, and I'm here really given a very metaphorical interpretation and
Uh-huh.
stretching it way beyond what the text
Absolutely.
of the power describes. So that's definitely pushing the
Mm-hmm.
limits. And maybe even sort of combining it with my other power due to my understanding of how to speak to the dead. And they're speaking to the dead, and I'm doing some salad
Mm-hmm.
of both powers, which is definitely beyond the purview of each of them separately.
Absolutely.
So
That sounds
anyway,
very clear to me.
I'm pushing it to some limit, and I'll add 2 tokens and roll, and that's
That's
a
a
9.
9. Very good. So on an 8 to 10, you use your powers with great precision and effect, changing the situation before you. Additionally, the keeper may offer you a reprieve, a golden opportunity, or a bond with someone. Before I tell you if and what I offer you, how do you change the situation before you?
Well,
What?
I guess the easiest answer is that I succeeded what I'm trying to do.
Mm,
That is, the leader. It's sort of that. It's as if the shadows are closing in around
mhm.
them. It's almost as if like there's light in the room, but uh, as if they specifically are
In a cocoon of shadow.
yeah, in a cocoon of shadow. It's like there's something blocking the light just as it is
Hmm.
supposed to reach them, and their connection to the rest of the creatures is just gone or
Yeah.
severely hampered.
Yeah, and as you form this cocoon of shadow around the leader, um, the wailing of the creatures turns into like very recognizable desperation, and they start like tumbling above one another and like tear into one another, run in all kinds of directions, and they lose focus on you to a degree where you can just step out of their way if they run towards you, and before long they all have returned into the not yet collapsed hallways. Some of them just merge with the shadows. Others jump back to the ceiling and scamper away. Um, Still others just eat one another. And some of them frantically burrow themselves into the ground. And before long, you're standing there, just you and this cone of shadow. And as you open the cone of shadow, which I assume you do eventually,
Eventually,
you you see that the leader is gone, and where he was standing before you engulfed him, there's now a hole that leads into this cavern system under the complex. Oh, hey, kitty. So your two viable options now, as I see them, unless you have another great idea, is to follow them into the caverns or to continue exploring the complex, maybe trying to find the lab. But in the end, it's your decision. Also, it's 7 past the hour. Do you want to have a little break? Yeah, until 15 maybe, and then we see where we go from there. And I have the sneaking suspicion that maybe my what I said in the beginning, that I tried to keep it to 3 hours, was a bit big mouthed. Is it okay with everybody if we go to the 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
That's fine.
But beyond 4 is the problem.
Yeah. No. Not beyond 4. 4 is what was in the calendar, and we'll stick to that. But I thought maybe I can do it in the usual 3 that I'm used from the Hearth. But I could, but then I would have to truncate a lot of the scenario. Okay, then see you back at 15. Sick. How are you doing, Casey?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
The best we can, right? Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here. This is good. I guess is what I'm saying. I'm happy to be here this morning. I'm not happy to have to go to work later.
We do what we can with what we have.
There you go. Exactly. Yes.
I get it.
Yeah. Actually, this is kind of wild. So someone that, or actually, we're going to come back to break. I'm not going to distract with a bunch of bullshit. It's all good.
Okay. So, Kara, since you asked for a map earlier, let me just be extra clear with like the 2 destinations, the 2 locations that the scenario as it's written holds in store for you. And that is the research center and the nerve center is like the central control place of the facility. Those are the 2 locations that are kind of mentioned in the scenario that you can go to. Of course, you can go to wherever else you might want to go. But those are, like, if you're looking for a lead, those would be the 2 things that are, like, I guess, about the same distance away and look like they might still be operational.
Wait, is Jim back?
Not yet. That's why we're not playing yet, but since you were already there.
I thought you...
And I thought, since you specifically asked for the map earlier, that's kind of your information.
Makes sense, although now that the creature thing disappeared into a hole in the ground, I guess my instinct was to follow it.
Yeah, that's also an opportunity, of course. Mr. Nock could be anywhere, as could be Vex. And just to lift the curtain, I mean that in a very literal way. Like, they could be anywhere. They're not tied to any particular place by the scenario or by the way the game is meant to be played either. So you can just follow your instinct. Remember to grasp for keys sometime.
I was going to say, I think that's the tip for me. Like, if we're looking for something to happen, I think Astro's going to grasp keys for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like this like shadow hole that's been burned into the wall. He like walks over and kneels down next to it so that he can kind of like fit within it, I guess. And he has really long fingers that have like extra knuckles. And so he like reaches a finger up and like scrapes the inside of this hole like an eye, right? Like those weird animals. And is like looking at his finger. And we can see the like galaxies and nebulas and stars in his eyes kind of like shift and glimmer as he's like looking at any residue that might be left behind or anything that might come out of grasping keys, I guess.
There's something kind of particularly gross about the extra digit. Go ahead and roll keys.
Awesome. I got a couple of dice sitting right here, so I'm going to throw them on my table.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to add 2 darkness tokens because those are the only ones I got.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So that would be.
Just so you know, because that came up in our game, and it's a very quick answer. If you're wondering, because the moves all say spend darkness tokens and roll, you can also spend 0 darkness tokens. Like, you don't have to. It's just,
Right.
if you want to spend them before you roll. That's what it means.
Excellent. Sweet. So with a +2, that will be a 9.
A 9. On an 8 to 10, you uncover a key, and the keeper will tell you what it is. So you scrape the shadow mucus from a hole in the wall, and let me just quickly check my key list. What would be a nice and fitting key here? Ugh, baby. Yeah, okay. I have a key, and you will get it. I will just have to keep it in my back pocket for a little bit, because I don't know how to introduce it just now. But as you like scrape the shadow mucus up, like it smells like human, and it smells like engine oil, and Kara popping up behind you also whispers, "It smells like death. Smells like death several times over." And you hear from the other side. So you described the big shadow hole in the wall, and you hear from the other side of the wall a quite polite sounding voice going, "Hello, somebody there?" And I'm not gonna go on doing accents, but it's like, kind of chirpy, very polite voice. "I thought I was the only person here."
And Asher will like turn to look at Kara and like, is there supposed to be anybody here?
Well, Mr. Knock and Vex are supposed to be here. I mean, I guess not supposed to, but they are here.
From behind.
I put my head closer to the hole and ask, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, from behind a wall comes a also quite tall and quite gangly. I guess a way to describe it would be a fish man or fish creature on 2 legs, like coming from behind the wall, blinking, and is going, "Oh, hello. My name is Abraham Aquatica, and I am pleased to make your acquaintance. As I just said, I haven't had human contact in a while." Looking at you, or contact in general. What brings you here, if I may ask?
The destruction and abandonment, like the conditions of Division Base 0001 is what brings us here. What has kept you here?
Oh yeah, I assume that is a reasonable answer. Well, so for one, and they like do this all-encompassing gesture. We're sort of in the middle of nowhere, and I wouldn't know where to go. But also, the professor is also still deeper in the complex, and I wouldn't want to leave without her. And as they step closer, and I guess Kara realizes this is the earliest, but it's by no means the only person realizing it, is that this creature is dead and has been for a while. Like the flesh is hanging off their bones. There is that stench of death and death several times over that reaches Kara before everybody else. And then they step into the light and go like, and also, look at me. I am afraid I'm not fit for polite society. So then this brings me back to my question. What are you doing here? Are you coming to rescue us?
I think Tiana had made a little kind of squeaking sound to see this dead fish person step out into the light, but then definitely going, yes, we are here to rescue you.
It's marvelous.
Kara puts in, that is not technically correct, Diana. We are
That
not
is
here
not that
to
marvelous then.
rescue them.
Tiana shoots you a glance. Well, I consider it.
I just wanted to clarify the mission parameters in case there was confusion about them.
Now I would like to bring up the clue, because as Astra steps into the room, you see on the wall there is like a clue board, and the clue board hangs in front of a engraving into the steel walls of this compound, and you recognize, like to everybody else, it looks like random lines and dots, but you recognize it as the constellation of your home planet, the sky you used to see. That, of course, makes no sense at all here on Earth. And that is the clue. The clue is a detailed map of constellations, none exist in the skies above Earth, or I guess adapted to our specific situation. The map of the night sky above Astra's home planet. And I'm going. I didn't even check that. Does that work with Astra being from a other species from a different planet? Yeah. Okay. Because it conceivably also could be some other kind of last, like Atlantis or something, and then it wouldn't make any sense.
No,
that works. Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody keeping track of the keys?
I can put that in there for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless someone beat me to it.
In the first door tab, there is uncovered keys. So I must admit, I am sort of confused now. Are you coming? Are you here to rescue us or not?
It might not be our top priority, but we can still do it.
That would be very lovely. See, and they point like deeper into the complex. As I said, the professor is still in there, and I would really appreciate it if you could bring her out even before me, if necessary.
Who is this professor?
She is. That is such a big question. Who is she? She is brilliant.
Well, what is her name, for example?
Yes, I understand. See, my cat is sitting on her. I don't think she has a name. No,
okay.
I don't know any other name than the professor. That's all she ever. See, she doesn't speak to me that much. But and also she tends to be quite forgetful these days. But I've been admiring her from afar, and it is, and they come closer a bit and like lean down to you, and like it is sort of difficult to get usable information out of her these days, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
She doesn't have all fish in the tank anymore. Get my drift. She died a few times too often. Death tends to do that to humans.
So you've both died?
Yes.
Sorry if that's insensitive.
No, I guess that is the only thing that is of any consequence anymore. No, these. You've met the gentlemen in the hall. They tend to come in here and rip us apart now and then we reform, and it's a very uncomfortable process, and it always takes a bit out of us every time.
Oh, I'm so sorry that's happening.
Me too. But I appreciate it.
I have to ask, although you saying that we're your first contact implies the answer. Have you seen anyone else in the compound recently? There are supposed to be 2 new arrivals.
Would you believe me if I said no?
should we assume you have a reason to lie and there is a reason for us not to believe you?
No, that's not. I was just trying to be polite, kind of find a more polite phrasing of what is essentially just no.
Because previously I would have believed you, but now that you ask, you make me wonder.
I didn't mean to confuse you. I apologize.
So the Marquesa is going to step up to this Ichthian here.
No, nobody has called me that in a while. Thank you. That sounds so posh.
Sorry, I didn't say that out loud, but maybe he hears me think it. And I kind of, like one of those kind of like, baroquely clawed hands reaches up to kind of just, like run along the side of his face, kind of tracing where the skin is rotted off, and kind of scrape my fingertips a little along the bones, and I say, "You are suffering here. If I promise you that we will look to your professor, I can let you go, so that this cycle that you experience, you needn't experience it any longer. I have long and difficult experience with this sort of thing, and I can assure you that I can do it quickly, painlessly, and you will no longer suffer the pain of knowing that she's in distress, because I swear to you, we will see to it that we take care of her as well." And I'm revealing my heart to him.
Oh, sweet.
And so I'm to try and connect with him, I'm gonna spend 2 of my darkness tokens here.
Mm-hmm. Then I will wait with my answer for a second.
Yeah. All right. So let me.
Good reminder to use moves.
bump my tokens down.
But Laura, this is the better way around. Like, to be in the fiction and forget to use your moves, than to looking at your moves and forget the fiction.
So I got that. I roll that. That's a 7.
Uh-huh.
I am gonna spend a bond. I really want this to work. So I am gonna spend my bond with Tiana, I think.
Mm-hmm. What is the memory of her, or the thing that you did together that helps you get over the hump here?
I think she recognizes this person. I saw I'm like the Marquesa's no dummy, and when Tiana was like, oh, when she saw this fish person, clearly this is someone who worked here in the 80s, and she had some kind of thing. And so I am trying to like first of all, I'm not calling attention to it, right? But in this conversation with it, I am taking on the burden of dealing with this person so that she doesn't have to answer any unpleasant questions or do something she doesn't want to do or anything like that. So I'm going to do the hard thing so that she doesn't have to.
Oh, nice.
Appreciate it.
So you had a 9. On an 8 to 10, you're
reluctantly, I will take the violence onto myself. Mm-hmm. It's not a thing I do easily, but I will for your sake. Yeah.
The violence of emotional baggage.
Yeah, very nice. You just quickly read the move. On an 8 to 10, your heart reaches theirs. Choose 1. If they are a PC and they choose to deepen the connection further, they choose 1 too. You grow closer, gain 1 bond on them. They soothe your heart, clear 1 condition. They taught you something important, mark 1 XP. Or they gave you hope, clear 1 mark of ruin. Which one will it be?
I think this calms me down, having this conversation with them, and I'm no longer gonna be raging from my encounter with the with the creature outside.
Beautiful. So then they look at you, and they're virtual eyelids close and open again, and they say,
little nictating membrane. Yeah. Okay.
and they say, "But can you make it last?"
Oh, yes, I can. I assure you. This is a job that when I do it, it gets done.
Mm-hmm.
I have performed similar services for beings far more substantial than you.
I don't know how to feel about the remark of me not being very substantial, but other than that, I would very much appreciate that.
And he says, appreciate that, and I just flick my wrist and like sever his shadow in half. Like I don't give him any warning. I don't okay, it's okay, let go. Just flick and just like knock his shadow right in half, and it does one of these, and then whatever. Well, I'll let you tell me what happens to him when I do that. But yeah, just do it.
I think he looks at you and says, "Oh my," and then I met he looks like a zombie fish man, and for the older millennials among us, I'm thinking of that video
to the
clip
sapien, yeah,
of the video clip of No Doubt's Don't Speak, where there is this fast, what's Zeitraffer in English? Like this fast forward capture of something. I think it's a dead fox, like decomposing, where that really quickly is covered in mold, and then he just kind of disappears from the outside in.
And the Marquesa stays to watch it happen till the end, and then I turn back to the others and I say, I need to keep my promise to him. Let's find this professor.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess jump down the hole. Is that kind of where we're at here? And kind of like
Probably
just step off and kind of drop 3 or 4 floors and do one of those kaboom 3-point landings when I hit kind of whatever Iron Man style and go deeper in.
Yeah, you're raising an interesting question. What does it look like when you guys move somewhere? And I don't know what your way of moving is. If you try to be very particularly quick or particularly careful, what does your movement look like? What do you think?
I know at least Tiana is always trying to be particularly careful, and with elemental control of air, I think tends to sort of fly places so that she doesn't have to touch anything. And I think they're already in the air because it was a surprise what the Marquesa did. Even though the conversation was leading there, it was very abrupt. So there was a small exclamation and then just hovering.
Very good. Okay.
So at least careful from that perspective. I don't know if that's team-wide.
Kara
just walks.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kara just walks regularly. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And how does the Marquesa move?
I think we've kind of established that the Marquesa is unsubtle, right? She she walks through she owns the place. She if she comes to a door, she'll just kick it open. She's she's like a door slammer, right?
Very good.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, literally, she just kind of looks down that hole and it just takes a step off, falls 60, 80, 100 feet and just kind of kaboom hits the ground. Whatever her stiletto heels, she's got to kind of give a little jerk of her leg to pull it out of the concrete, but not particularly concerned with getting hurt or ending up ripping her coat on a piece of rebar or something like that. It doesn't seem particularly concerned with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So you move to where the fisherman pointed you, and also
What about Astra?
I don't know if Casey is available right now.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Oh, okay, good. So what about Astra?
Yeah, sorry. I think Astra sort of like lumbers around in a very sort of deliberate way, but doesn't pay attention to anything that's in their way because of their dimensional phasing power. They just sort of like short out of existence or kind of go staticky when they like walk through a desk or a wall or whatever. And so when they follow the Marquesa, they just sort of like step off into the void and then kind of like the tracking lines on a VHS tape, right? And then sort of like appear down at the bottom as if they've like followed invisible steps or something, and just sort of like are there, standing there as she's pulling her heel out of the cement.
Casey, have I asked you any set the scene questions yet?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Then you get the next one. So you do find the research center before long, because Kara knows where it is from the map, and also Abraham pointed you in the rough direction, and you all make your way. One of you flying, the other one kicking in the doors.
Wait, are we going to the research center or through the hole after, like, or
you can also go into the hole, but I thought you wanted to go after the professor, and that would be deeper into the complex. You can also go. You can also split up if you want.
We also can split up. Yes, yeah. This is a game where splitting up is actually makes it more fun. So yeah.
So if you want that, Kara, if you want to, okay, let's go. Let's make it more open. Who goes where? Astra, where do you go? Professor or Kevin's?
Professor.
Okay, Kara, where do you go?
Actually, the professor sounds interesting, so I'll go
okay.
there.
Okay, Marquesa and Tiana, do anyone you go into the caves, or is the question settled now?
Oh, I got a promise to keep.
Yeah, Marquesa has a promise to keep, and Tiana doesn't want to go in the caves alone, so...
Okay.
We're going to the professor right now.
Okay. So you go towards the research center, and I imagine it to be not one room, but a complex of rooms, like maybe with one central theater, and then there are little break-off rooms where like other experiments. And as you get in, you notice not were running, but are still running at minimum capacity, but they are. And Astra, in the decaying remains of the labs, what do you find here that is linked to your destiny to become a Harbinger?
It feels like it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be it's the lab out of an Alien movie where there's a face hugger in a tube. That's what it is, except for the face hugger is like one of these like small leviathans that is my destiny, or the darkness wants me to awaken the leviathans in deep space, right? And Division has one somehow through some sort of whatever time bending working reality, and they were studying it here. Yeah.
And I assume that is news to you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Big time. Yeah. I think it's been, the darkness is sort of the devil that whispers on your shoulder, right? And so like, I think the Leviathans have remained a mystery beyond their existence and their necessity to Astra. And so I think seeing one of them, for the first time is definitely something pretty cool.
So as you step in and you see that, how does that make you feel?
Ooh, I'm actually going to choose cornered. Because it feels like I've come up against something I wasn't ready for, and also probably something that no one else here is aware of, right? And so now I'm kind of caught out. if I have to explain myself.
Very cool. And from I think maybe there in the central theater, you hear a humming. Like somebody is humming an old song. Somebody else is going like, ja, ich habe auch Hunger. Lass uns einen Döner bestellen oder lieber Pizza. Somebody else is saying something in Spanish, and then somebody else entirely is mumbling something completely unintelligible. And as you look through the windows of the theater, you see there's only one person in there, and that one person is a small lady in her 40s, maybe, with like carrot top orange curls and a very interesting, not just a set of glasses, an array of glasses with like several different lenses that like go in and out depending on whatever she's looking at. And she's muttering to herself. And as she moves, she leaves behind. Best way to create describe it maybe are after images of herself that tend to follow her general movement, but sometimes don't. And she doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. And that is not because you are, I mean, aside from Tiana, of course, it's not because you are so subtle. She's just that deep into her work.
It's like we found the professor.
Can we approach her? Kara walks forward. Kara approaches the professor.
Mm-hmm.
Does she react at all? Or?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
How do you approach her?
I like just walk forward towards her.
Mm-hmm.
Say hello there.
And she's like, just a second. Who are you? Hi.
Hello.
I didn't expect visitors. Have you seen Abraham on your way here?
Yes, in fact, it was Abraham that asked us to check on you.
Oh, that is so lovely of him. How's he doing? I try to check to change his water every 3 days, but days kind of lose their meaning here.
Professor Abraham is dead. You are dead as well. What is it that you insist on remaining here for?
She looks at her watch. I wasn't aware I was dead. Are you sure?
Abraham seems to think so.
Oh, yeah. He's sweet. He really is, but he's just a fish. How would he know? I don't remember dying. I think I would. And I wouldn't. Yes, I would.
I think
yeah.
Kara is the resident expert on people being dead. So does Kara indeed think that the professor is dead?
The professor doesn't look very dead to you. Like it looks like the professor's problem is somewhere else entirely.
Michael, just so as someone who's played the game before, Michael, this is something where that first playbook move that you have might actually give you some fictional positioning here to figure out what's going on.
Death walked here, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Mm-hmm. So I try to I look at the theater at the room. I try to. But by the way, you said there are other people here, right?
No, there's nobody else around. You heard other people.
They were like the after images of the professor.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just the professor.
No, you also mentioned like voices in German and Spanish. And
yeah, you did hear other voices, but there's nobody else to see.
Okay, but the voices didn't sound like the professor speaking in German or Spanish.
They might actually have sounded like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Okay. So I try to look at the room and study it, and there is certainly death here, even if the professor isn't dead, although I doubt it. Death certainly has visited this place, so it
Absolutely.
must have a lot to tell. So I try to allow death to show me exactly what happened here, and I will add my only token. And wait, why did that? 7. That's not good.
Would you like to eat that or spend a bond to bump it up to an 8?
Loss of the dead or compromised.
Yeah, the effect now is the loss of the dead and dying are compromised somehow. The keeper will tell you what happens next.
If I spend a bond, remind me what that means, how it works?
It means that you mark off one of your 3 bonds. You have one with Astra and 2 with Marquesa. And then you do a little character / word building and tell us what common memory or connection to that character helps you over that little hump. Or you could also do the same with the darkness, which would be, you reaching out to your inner darkness, and you all have one bond with the darkness. Have you already spent yours?
I haven't. There was just nothing there. It's
okay.
Supposed to be 1. Well, I think actually the bond with the darkness kind of fits. So I think, and I think I will spend that because, as we've said, I am always tempted to break the line between the living and the dead because it makes the research so much easier. And I think in this case, I don't break it, but I maybe chip at it the tiniest of bits, because I can definitely feel that death is here, and death wants to tell me something, but it's having a hard time communicating. So I just want to help it just communicate, just to be heard, the tiniest of bits.
And let me just tell you that it's a perfect explanation, because you just noticed that or maybe I'll wait until you tell me what your questions are.
What
you can now choose between those questions. You can choose 2. The questions are: what glimpse beyond these events can you show me? Being death. What important items or knowledge was taken from here? What evidence here will help my investigation? How can I use any of this as leverage? Or the last one is a special one. What draws death close? Draw a line between a key and a facet of the mystery. Declare an irrevocable truth about the mystery. Let me just say a word to that for a second. The thing that we're doing at the end, where we are trying to find out, by we, I mean you, find out where the door of power lies and what you can do to close it again. This is, I don't know, have you played a Carved from Brindlewood game before? Do you know how they work in general?
I have not.
Okay. So the way it works is that you all work together and based on the keys that you found, create a theory of what the door is, what are the facets again, what the door is, what the Harbinger is, and what's up with the abandonment of Division Base 0001. These are the 3 questions that you're answering together at the end.
We have a key. We have 1 key, right? The the map of the constellation of Astra. What facets do we have?
The facets are, you can find it in the first door tab. The Harbinger, and that is, who is the Harbinger? What can we do about it? The door of power, like where is the door of power? How can you close it? These kind of things. And the abandonment of Division Base 001. And you can make up basically all of it based on the clues that you have. And what you can do with this particular move is that you can already draw a line. So you can already connect one of your keys. You only have one. But the one key that you have, you can already connect it to one of those three facets and say these two belong together. So you can say the star map of constellations from Astra's home planet in some way has to do with the Harbinger.
Okay.
And then
okay.
and then that is set and cannot be changed. And even if you fail your roll later, which would mean that you're late and
Yeah, got it.
and you can like kind of re-roll and make up a new theory. Even then, that would be set, would stay set. That's what that does.
So I think I will do that. And we have established that Marquesa knows about another one from Astra's homeland, and I'm gonna say that that other one is the Harbinger, and that
Nice.
they are here right now, trying to usher in the apocalypse, and that brings death close because apocalypse is a lot of death naturally.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
So that's one, and the second question I'm gonna ask is, what important item or knowledge was taken from?
Let me just update the thing. That's cool. So you already know who the Harbinger is, and that cannot be changed anymore. That is very cool. How do you find that out? What do you think? Through talking to Death? What does Death look like, by the way? Since we're introducing them the first time now, it's your stage. What happens?
Well, I think Death is kind of like a whirlwind of voices and emotions that are usually mostly screaming and always trying to. They are trying to be heard. They are trying to say everything that they didn't have a chance to say. That all these last moments that they didn't get to experience. And I think, oh no, is your cat actually named Death, or is that just?
No, but it's a screaming whirlwind of voices that needs to be heard.
I see. That makes sense. A whirlwind that wants food.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I think right now, like Kara has heard Astra speak, and like the voices here are first at first it sounds like there is a whole lot of Astras in the room.
Mm-hmm.
But then Carl realizes that it's not a whole lot of Astras, it's just a whole lot of people that sound similar to Astra because they are all the people from his planet that have died. Just that she hasn't heard anyone else like that, so that's reverse association. And it seems like they specifically are dominating the vortex of voices in this area, and which brings her to the conclusion that something has drawn specifically them to this place. Perhaps the Harbinger is much like Astra himself trying to resurrect them at the expense of humanity.
Very nice.
So since that process is underway, these souls are already drawn to this place because they're ready to be resurrected.
Very cool. What was your second question?
What important item or knowledge was taken from here?
Oh. What important item or knowledge was taken from here? I think. Yeah, I know what. The screaming whirlwind that is Death, that only you can see, I assume, in a sudden jerking movement coalesces into the shape of a maybe 14-year-old girl in a smart uniform that you recognize to be the division uniform for field agents. You've all worn a uniform like that at some point in your career. Maybe by now you're too high in the hierarchy, and you don't have to do that anymore, but trainees for sure do. And she is looking for someone, and she screams a name, and you focus to hear the name, and the name is Michael. She's looking for a Michael. Michael, where are you? And she is panicked, and she runs out of the room. And as she is passing by a lamp that is on about the height of her head, you notice that she isn't drawing a shadow, and then she runs out of the room.
Just to clarify, that's not a fourth wall break, right?
What is?
The Michael's not referred to the player name.
No, it's not you.
Okay.
She's not looking for you, unless you want her to.
No, I am just.
I'm not sure you want her to.
I mean,
no.
So just to time out for a second. Joking aside, would it be less confusing for you if we change that name so that there's no?
No.
Okay.
I can separate it. I've had games that actually break the fourth wall, and the characters are aware that they are played by players, all stuff like that. I just didn't think that was what we were going for.
No, that was not what I was going for. And that is the moment. Just looking at the clock, it's already 6:08 my time. That I will take the first and the only really doomsday clock, and that means you need to get going with grasping for keys. Because what happens now is that there is this deep, piercing shriek from below, as the floor gives in, and you slide downwards into this cave system, and there you are just swarmed by these shadow monster creepers in a way worse way than before. The caves erupt into high-pitched screams and howls. Howlers pour through, hundreds of them screeching as they carve a path of chaos. The howlers scream the name of Astra. What are they begging them to do?
Resurrect them?
What?
As the resurrect them? As the Marquesa was able to, completely disappear them from reality, or, let them go from this, curse that they're under, whatever's happening to them. I think they want Astra to restore them to their human forms or something like that, right? Bring them back into reality as themselves, or uncorrupt them, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And they swarm all of you, including the professor, and the professor is within seconds just overwhelmed by this wave of flash that's coming from all directions. What are you guys doing?
I would like to add that I established Tiana is flying, so she's above this.
Above the fray.
Above the fray.
If that's the case, then Astra at 9 feet tall is being swarmed by these things, and will reach an arm up towards you and sort of help, right? Yeah. If ever there was a time,
I gotta help Astra.
What do you want to do? Keep in mind, Tiana, that you are the one with the crazy powers.
Yeah.
This is the moment to go overboard, if there ever was one.
Yeah, I think so. Let me go look at my. Okay. Yeah, I think I will use. Yeah, I'm gonna use the I am your destruction and allow my power to surge and cause great collateral damage.
Ask the keeper what catastrophic destruction you cause, and then you choose to permanently gain an aspect of the Harbinger's power, gain a vision and uncover a key. Oh, sweet. Protect the one who matters most, reshape your environment to help an ally gain 1 bond. Okay, so
Okay.
you just let go with your power, and your power is elemental control. Do you want to narrow it down to just wind, or more elements more in general?
I think it can be more elements. We're not in the caverns, so it's not Earth.
You are not.
Yeah. We're not.
The others are.
But they are in the caverns.
Yeah, they
okay.
also slid down. There was a cave in.
Oh, in that case, I think it can be kind of like the earth of the caverns starts to move and just erupt out.
Yeah, and you before you notice, it has just engulfed everybody. Nobody is safe. You try to save any of them, but you're not able. Of course, you are Omen class monsters. You're not going to die from that. The other ones, I mean. But I would ask each one of you, starting with Astra, or maybe starting with Marquesa, because she's the leftmost. Marquesa being just caught in a cave in. How does that make you feel? If you can right now. If not, I'm going to go on to Kara. Kara, how does that make you feel?
Are we talking about one of the conditions, or like?
Yes. Sorry, that was my cute way of asking you to take a condition.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with obsessed, because I feel like I was interrupted in the middle of my research, which I do not appreciate. I was just getting somewhere, and I now I'm angry. I want to like push all of them away and get on with finding out what's actually going on here. They're like it's like I remember when I was in the lab and there were assistants that were annoying me with stupid requests when I was trying to actually get shit done. So it's like that.
Cool. Astra, finding the baby a Leviathan, and then being swarmed, and then being interred. How does that make you feel? And don't say cornered, because it's already ticked.
No. It is definitely despairing. Thank you, Tiana.
Oh, do I still choose the 2 from
Yes.
my move? Okay, because I did want to protect the one who matters most, so Astra.
How do you do that? How do you protect Astra?
I have grabbed Astra and lifted them above the fray, and kind of like I'm like upside down flying, like in the middle of all of this.
And now, Jim, are you back with us?
Yeah. But I've been here the whole time. Yes, yeah.
Okay, how does it make you feel?
I mean, like they're plucking everybody out but me. These things will not leave us alone. You would have thought they'd have learned their lesson, and they seem to think that by appealing to one of my friends, they're gonna save themselves from me, and they are so mistaken. And I am raging once again, I think, is what's going on here.
Okay. So, Tiana, you now have used one of your effects, that is the protecting somebody. And you gain a bond with them. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm at 3 with
Nice.
Astra now.
What is the second one you choose?
I think gain a vision and uncover a key.
Okay. By the way, I love that there are these moves like, sorry, Ferdi, I need my papers. That there are these moves that just work. You don't have to roll. You just have to pay something. No, my Ferdi. Sorry.
No worries. I don't let my cat in here because she would be all over this.
Get on the keyboard. I think I just fucked something up in Relora's character keeper. There's a word description on A7. I apologize. I don't know why it's there.
No worries. Again, my cat will find every way to find new keyboard shortcuts, and oh yeah, it's probably in the.
Oh,
My character's named Cordyuaya Bazdif Gidgkid.
Well, Laura, I have a key that I think would fit so lovely, but I think we need to work together to work it out precisely, because the key says an old pop song, and that is so your domain. The lyrics changed to warn of the apocalypse.
An 80s pop song, maybe?
Yeah.
What do we think? What are the lyrics, and what do they warn of?
Oh. I am open for ideas for this, for the lyrics. Yeah, I think it's probably connected to Mesmer, because Mesmer was a pop star too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like them
An
warning
old song
me.
of them?
Yeah.
And one day they went number one with?
Yeah, probably.
And it just surges up from the back of your neck into your mind, and it bears different lyrics than it used to.
Yeah.
We can, if you want, keep it vague like that and flesh it out later.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because we already have the key about Astra's other person. Yes.
Okay, then it's an old pop song, parenthesis, by Mesmer. The lyrics changed to warn of the apocalypse. So you need one more clue before. So there's two rules kind of hitting against one another, and that is because this mystery only has a complexity of 2, and that is usually not how it's done. Usually they have at least 4. Because the one rule that is in play is that you need at least half the complexity to attempt solving the mystery, which would be 1 clue. But also you need to connect at least 1 clue to each facet. So you need at least 3 clues. So you need 1 more.
Okay. Cool.
And then you can go. Do we want to have a little break or power through? What do you think?
I'm good to go.
Me too.
Me too.
Same here.
Also keep in mind that we have realistically maybe 20 more minutes more minutes if we want to do
So
Lines Fail.
let's rock it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you just buried all of them. And I think your powers, elementary powers, also give you a little bit of feedback of what the situation with the elements is. And what you can say is that you did complete work down there. Like you did not just fill this tunnel, you filled quite a few of them. But you also, and it's just me keeping in mind that we only have 20 minutes left, so I'm gonna push it a little bit. You also feel the pulsating of a door from below. Usually that would be yours to like figure out where it is during the move, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's down there somewhere. And you have a vague sense of direction where it is. Just mechanically speaking, you need 1 more clue on your way there.
Yes.
And also,
What's a clue out of these things, Jim?
Okay, it's down there somewhere. Yeah.
And maybe who hasn't had a scene in a while? Let's go with Tiana. Oh, sorry. No, you are Tiana.
I am Tiana.
Yeah, because I'm just confused because my screen shows you twice. Because I don't know what's wrong here. I meant, of course, the Marquesa. You are like as you're burying yourself out of the dirt, you have the sense of a presence around you. And that is your shadow control tingling. Like there are 2 shadows in there with you. One is your own, and one is not. And as you dig yourself out of the tunnel,
Yeah, there's like a pile of rubble, and then there's a kind of like a couple of pebbles drop, and then there's like a kaboom, and it goes flying. You see like the bottom of a boot coming out of there, and then I kind of scramble out, and I'm like, like dusting the dirt off of my jacket and stuff like this.
And still having in mind that there was something weird about shadows, you look back and you see true piercing red eyes kind of at the bottom of the hole you just created. There's a shadow, and within the shadow are two red eyes looking up at you.
Yeah, and I kind of cock my head, and I squat down, and I sort of place my hands on my knees, and I sort of look in, and I say, well, hello there.
And the eyes blink.
You're a nascent little thing, aren't you? Let's see if we can't coax you to be a little more forthcoming. And I lean in, and I start to whisper to it, and it's this like sibilant, echoey. Clearly, it's like this, my kind of. I'm using just a tiny little bit of that powerful voice that I have, and this is. I have a power. My other power besides shadow control is emotional amplification. So I'm taking whatever little, kind of like this thing maybe doesn't entirely exist, but by whispering to it, I'm like, building up and amplifying, and maybe we see the eyes start to glow a little more brightly as I'm kind of hissing and whispering at it to see if I can't, get it to the point where it can communicate clearly or tell me what it wants or learn something about it. And maybe that's, can I use that as grasping for a key?
Absolutely.
So let's do that. I'm going to use, yeah, I'll use my last two darkness tokens here. 1, 2. Let me roll that. There's a 10. Bingo. That's right where I want to be.
Nice. So, you whisper to the shadow, and you kind of. I wonder how I do that. Yeah, you form a sense of connection with it for a moment.
And I lean in and I say, and I think I lean in and I say, I'm your only friend here. I'm the only one that can help you, that can help you grow, that can help you become more than this thing that you are. And all I ask is that you love me and only me.
Oh!
And that's like a straight up one of my darkness tokens questions here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take like 3 for that, I think, as I have the opportunity to get myself a little pet shadow creature here.
Okay. Oh, how does it react to that? That is harsh.
Harsh?
Uh-huh.
I think I'm being very kind to it.
So you get, let's maybe work to the core of it from the outside. The first layer is as you start whispering to it, you get the sense that it's just panicked, and it's panically searching for somebody.
It's all right. I'll be your guide. Just come to me. Come to me, and we can find her together.
I need to find Bella. Do you know where Bella is?
I might, but you'll need to trust me.
How can I trust you?
Well, you have no choice. It's me or oblivion.
Where is she?
Just come to me and we'll find it. We'll find her together.
It hurts so much.
Oh, I can help with that.
I can hear the horse singing to me. Wants me to go to it. It says it has Bella. Need to find her. the clue is something that it projects into your mind, and it projects a scenes of a childhood, of a child with a troubled home, parents fighting, one big sibling is already out of the house, the other one is mercilessly tormenting her, and she's also not well liked in school. But there's one friend she has, and that one friend she has is Michael. Michael lives under her bed. Michael will listen to her. Michael used to be scary in the beginning, but they became friends. Michael is not the worst person she knows.
Oh, I have friends very much like that myself. Scary when you first meet them.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately quite harmless.
And as a little side note, these memories, the way that the shadow creature, Michael, you would assume, remembers them, seem to be set in the 30s, in the 40s maybe. I'm just assuming that Kara has shared her thing somewhere along the way, and I know there was not much time. But there is a discrepancy. The kid in Kara's vision was maybe from the 80s, maybe from the 90s. So there are a good 50 years between what Michael remembers Bella's childhood to be and what Death showed Bella's childhood to be. And Michael says, "Hurt so much. Can you help me find her?"
And I will shift my body so that I am standing above it. And like the light that is coming down through the, through the hole up above, is over me, and I loom over it so that I cast a shadow down on it, so that I can reach a hand down and take its whatever little form, wispy form of a hand or a paw that it has or something like this. And, and I kind of like flip the collar up on my coat, so that, and I kind of hunch a little bit so that I am casting a shadow, and I kind of clutch it to myself, and I'm going to carry it in my shadow so that it can stay formed as long as I am protecting it from, being exposed directly to the light.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm whispering in its ear, and I'm listening to it as it's trying to guide me to where to go next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it says, "She's down there. We need to go down there."
And we say the others, "Well, you heard it. Or do they hear it?
Do they?
Or is it just for me? Maybe not."
It's
right.
I would leave that to you. It was your move.
I mean, I think this took enough time that they're going to see what's going on. If maybe not hear exactly, maybe they hear us whispering to each other. And I say, and I, I'm kind of clutching this thing, and I kind of, like turn and look over my shoulder, and I say, "We need to go deeper to find what we want. This will be our guide."
Again, looking at the clock, we're not going to do many scenes down there. I just have one more at the scene questions as you go to what remains of the caves, and I will post that to Kara, because I think Kara hasn't had said the scene questions in a bit, right? And that is, what horrifying revelations do you see scrawled on the wall in an ancient language? So I'm also going to put it in the chat. What horrifying revelations do you see scrawled on the wall in an ancient language? Question mark. Lenugage.
I'm wondering if the missing connection, at least for me, is between the Harbinger and Astra's planet and all of that, and the whole Michael Bella thing. Like I'm not sure how they're connected to each other here,
Mhm.
and maybe maybe I want to make that connection somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe the revelation. Okay, so it's a horrible revelation. So maybe there's something like the Harbinger wants to sacrifice humanity in order to resurrect their own people. So maybe there a specific method in how humanity needs to be sacrificed for that to happen.
Hmm?
I'm open to suggestions.
That's fine. That was already a lot. Like there are specific instructions on how to sacrifice humanity to open the gate. That's great. Dude,
I'm not sure how it connects to Michael.
That's
and,
okay. That's a different move. We can think about
Okay.
that later. I would say we have time for one more grasp for keys while you're in the tunnels. Does anybody want to go for it? Or grasp for key related move?
Who hasn't rolled it yet? We've
I
got 3
guess I
keys,
haven't
which means
rolled it.
I guess
but
that's true.
did
Yeah,
get a
you got
key.
one
I got a
automatically,
key.
but yeah.
Yeah. Did someone not get a key yet?
I think I didn't get a key, although I also don't have any darkness tokens. Um,
Leave it up to chance.
I
Do
can.
something that gives you darkness tokens then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
just react to some cold logic. Do some logic. Get some tokens. Let's go.
And if it goes wrong, you
Yeah.
can still
I
earn
am.
bonds.
I am obsessed, as we have established.
Mm-hmm.
So I think okay. So you said that I see these horrible instructions, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that while I think maybe like the rest of you continue onwards, and it takes you a while to realize that Kara is not with you, because Kara is in front of these instructions, and she's feverishly like she has like it's sort of maybe like a small pad, like an electronic pad, and she's writing something in it, and she's like she's taking pictures, and she's of the text, and she's zooming into them and rotating them, and trying to overlap shapes and look for like in like at some point it starts like if anyone was there, it like this is obsessive, obviously. Like, she's that's too much. So I will take 2 darkness tokens for that, and I think I'll just immediately spend them on. Well, I am hoping to like what I am describing is my way of looking for clues. I am
Yes.
hoping that there is the text describes the exact method in which Astra's people will be transported into the bodies of humans that but basically like maybe for any outside observers it will look like humanity is still here, but actually everyone like what is here is Astra's people possessing human bodies like sock puppets. So that's the
Spend tokens,
like
make a roll.
yes. So okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you.
Sorry.
All good. They gave
That's
me a
great
perfect on
brainstorming.
ramp.
Wait, not sweet.
Gave me a perfect on ramp and told me what clue you're gonna get.
Okay, I'll just roll d6 twice. Why can't I reset the?
You can just click on a dice and it resets.
Okay.
And if you click twice, you have 2d6. 11.
There
That is a lot.
Yes.
Do you want to spend a bond or do you want to eat the 11?
I'll eat the 11. That's just
okay.
What happens?
On 11 plus, you uncover a key, but there's a significant complication, cost, or fallout. The keeper will tell you what it is. I'll first give you the key. The key is that as you look at these drawings and decipher them, you decipher that they not only describe how the essence of the Harbinger is split up and filled into people. I think that was the theory, right? But it's worse than that. Is that the real purpose of that whole operation is not to summon the Harbinger per se. That is maybe a side effect. But it is the so far only known, I think, way to kill Astra.
Oh.
The clue in the adventure is called Precise Instructions on How to Neutralize a Specific PC. Yeah. So the ritual will make Astra's sibling the Harbinger, but also kill Astra in the process. That is the clue.
There can be only one.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other way around, I guess.
If we were doing 80s references.
For sure.
And what is the significant complication cost of Fallout? I think the cost is not to you, but to Astra as she hears that, as they hear that. Astra, how does that make you feel? But I mean, since it's a significant cost, also, Kara, how does that make you feel?
Merciless.
How does it make me feel? Well, sort of sad for Astra, because like I mean, that in general that if I think the saddest thing is that in like if I can feel some sympathy towards the desire of resurrecting their race, and it's just such a sad irony that to do that they have to kill half of the current population of their race.
Mm-hmm. I think that translates most neatly to distracted, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, so, and now I am hard framing, because it's already 41, the unlock Doom's door move. When you are ready to declare what the door is and how to unlock it, say what you believe it to be. Connect the keys to the facet of the mystery, revealing the Harbinger. Roll and add the number of connected keys minus the mystery's complexity. This roll is not affected by Darkest Tokens, bonds, or any other move. So, okay, we have the fixed connection between the Harbinger and the first clue. We know that the Harbinger is the relative in the widest possible terms of Astra. What's up with the abandonment of Division Base 001 and the Door of Power? What do you think, you guys? Freewheeling discussion for about 7 minutes at the most.
I had the idea that since there was the pop song from the 80s, that maybe what was happening in the 80s with the abandonment of the base was actually Mesmer trying to get Division out of here because she knew it was going to happen. So it was trying to preclude this, yeah.
That connects to the abandonment then?
Yes.
Okay, just going to copy paste it in there. Okay, what's up with the Door of Power and the two last remaining clues?
I feel like the instructions... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Casey.
We're probably going to say the same. Sounds like we're going to say the same thing, so go for it. That's fine.
I feel like the precise instructions on how to neutralize Astra is about the Door of Power. That's how like Astra is like psychically, emotionally, culturally connected to both worlds in a way that no other being is. This other being exists, but they're not integrated into they haven't kind of become human in the way that Astra has. And so that it is through Astra I think there's a sense in which sort of like Astra's the door. Is I think, yeah.
Yeah.
That she provides that connection between the two worlds that lets that, whatever process it is happen.
And then let me just summarize what we know with about the third key. We know that the scenes of childhood belong to Bella, and Bella was tied to Michael. Bella and Michael together formed the missing agent, Mr. Knock. I don't know if I communicated that, but that is kind of what they were. And
I think that's got to be about the abandonment of the facility, and the fact that and the fact that the facility is actually not abandoned, and that their trauma somehow anchors them to this place and causes other ghosts to be anchored here and stuff like that. And that's why we're encountering these other agents that haven't figured out they're dead and stuff like that, because there's just this core of unresolved trauma that kind of has infected the whole place.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And things that belong together being ripped apart forcefully.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. So
like siblings that haven't seen each other in a long time, Astra, stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, nice how quickly that goes with just with only 4 clues. Who wants to roll for the team? Or should I?
I've got a.
No, one of our new players should roll. Oh, the others, yeah.
Yeah, because I got 6 darkness tokens right now, so
you can't use them for that roll.
I can't use them. Okay, it never matters. It doesn't matter then. But
but you can still roll.
Rolling at a +2.
Yeah.
Maybe Michael and Laura each roll 1 die, and then we add them together.
Works on
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 3. Okay. On a 7-, the door remains hidden. The theory was the wrong one. Every PC marks 1 ruin. In addition, precious time is lost, and the doomsday clock ticks forward. If this fills the doomsday clock, it does. The Harbinger has claimed the power of the door. The PCs will face the worst possible circumstances. I will just tell you what happens when the darkness door the clock fills. And then you can, as a form of an epilogue, tell what the worst possible circumstances are. The door opens. The first door exerts its will and floods the base with pain, blood, and power. The Harbinger has unlocked the door of ancient power. The base engages one last security measure. How does it threaten the PCs? I think these kinds of questions are directed at me. And I would say the last security measure is that it does with you what it did with all the others. That it traps you in an endless cycle of death, rebirth, and pain. And every rebirth is worse than the one before. Because it's not so much a rebirth as a denial of death. And what power or wisdom does the Harbinger take from beyond the door? Maybe I'll answer that after I heard your epilogues. So, Astra, what do you think? How do you spend, I don't know if it's eternity, but the foreseeable future?
Yeah.
Being trapped there, killed, and brought back worse than before.
This is just like our situationship.
Yeah. It's much like lots of things for Astra, I think. Oh man. Yeah, I think what happens is the more cycles Astra is trapped in, the longer it goes on, the more their form physically starts to become human. They become smaller, they start to lose eyes, they grow hair, their halo disappears. And they start to lose track of any of the memories of their people or who they were, and they start to just kind of become a division office drone in this new reality of trauma. I guess that's what it looks like for them. Yeah,
and I think part of that is that the door also shapes your surroundings to fit your hell. In that. There is a bit of an office wing emerging where you can live the hell of office drudgery. How about Kara?
I think Kara is forever obsessed with trying to solve the mystery, to fit in the missing pieces, because they have all formed a theory and it made so much sense, but it turned out to be completely wrong. So she still tries to figure out what really happened, how it all really connects. Even though I guess humanity is dead by that point, right? If we
Probably.
failed.
or caught in the same loop as you are. Maybe the door or the harbinger needed just the power of you four bozos to expand it to the rest of the world.
I was gonna say, Tiana probably tries to make it better and just makes it a lot worse. Like, we can do something with time, guys.
Yeah. What about the Marquesa? What is your hell?
It is like endless wave after wave of those shadow creatures, kind of video game style, right? Like the cutscene where it's clear that there's some kind of psychic nightmare going on, where whatever, I'm mashing the controller buttons and I'm cutting my way through them, and then they're gone, and then it and then it fades, and then it restarts again, and there's twice as many of them, and then there's 4 times as many of them, and there's 16 times as many of them, and stuff like that. And I'm just getting buried and and raging and hollering and exhausted, and like ripping shadows everywhere and stuff like that, and my voice just rumbling, and it wants to get out, and I open my mouth as if I'm gonna, like once again, just getting buried by these things. And all we can see is like my mouth under, kind of as they're burying me. And I open my mouth like I'm gonna scream, but instead I just whisper, "Fuck." And there is this explosion of like amber light, and kind of standing in front of me, kind of occluded with the light behind him, is this figure kind of shaped like me, but dressed entirely in yellow, with like an amber veil over his over his face, with like a king in yellow symbol on it, right? And whatever, and like the things are gone, and I stand up and I lean in, and I just do that same air kiss thing that I did with the angel, but like my face brushes against that veil that he wears, and like the tears, those golden tears that I have, kind of like are soaked into it, and he just nods. And it's clearly this is clearly a thing I've been reluctant to do, and that's how I break out of the loop, is by asking my this is my my ruin move, where I appeal to my real creator, and they get me out of a jam. and whatever, and it fades, and I'll ...
And that is the worst possible circumstances?
I mean, yeah, because I swore that I would never, like he's pulling me out, and I'm leaving my friends behind.
Oh, get it. Mm-hmm. Okay, Tiana, how would you?
I think it's just more of that. I just keep trying to make things better, and every time I do, it makes things a lot worse, just like astronomically worse. And this is both in the actual circumstances we're in, where going around trying to save my friends, and also like interpersonally with maybe that person I had a thing for from back in the 80s is back now, and now there's romantic drama with them and Astra, and I just can't deal with this right now. So, but I have to get try to save people. So I do it, and then it makes things a lot worse.
It's nice.
Like, I suggest that maybe they should date instead, and maybe that'll work out better.
And I think the power or wisdom that the door takes from it, the text says from the other side, but I think from the situation, is that it worked. Whatever this entity is, it was trying to install a Venus flytrap, and it did. Your torment and your strength and your energy, it keeps it fed. And now and again, Division will send other teams, and they will not fare any better than you did. And this is where I stopped the recording. Is everybody cool with posting it? Yep. Okay.
Sure.